And as usual, we're gonna wait a few minutes for people to join. So I don't want to start immediately because that's unfair to people, because it takes a few minutes for everyone to actually get a notification, if they have notifications turned on, that is. Burn. Okay, now I have to do something with this chat. Do this, do that. Oh, it's almost bad. Hold up. Oh my god, all new Kyoko, really? Yeah, looks alright. Oh my god, I'm gonna get a free pull as well? Jesus Christ, is that for real? Is that for real? Oh my god. Wait. My stuff. Noise. Moin! Excited to see its free 10 pull result. Well, it's probably gonna be shit, but it's gonna be okay, because even if it's shit, it's gonna be fine. We're not gonna despair too much. We're just gonna have to take what we get, even if it's nothing. Hey, welcome to the stream as well. Alex was gamer and Diva, and everyone else is joined in the meantime. So, what are we gonna do today? Tower. We're gonna do tower today. We're also gonna roll. Is there a new event, or why is this lighting up? Oh, I know why it's lighting up. It's really weird, by the way, that event lights up when you have a mission. Simply because there's a button to get to the mission screen from within the event screen. You're still stuck on tower layer 40 with Moemura. I don't have Pluvia. You don't have Pluvia. Oh, that's gonna be difficult. Using Iroha and Homura, I don't know what the other two you use. Yeah, that one is kind of difficult because you kind of need to have a good AoE breaker setup as well. But hey, if you need an AoE breaker, Alina's in there right now, although I don't know if the boss is. Void Week. You're doing for Al today. You got Sayaka. Ooh, and Doppelito. Ooh, you got some stuff right there. Better something than nothing. That's pretty good. Okay. This time I want to make sure that my Twitch chat also, because last time I think my Twitch chat didn't work correctly. But that was just on the end of Twitch maybe, I'm not quite sure. Okay. Yeah, okay, no, it's time. So we're just gonna do the 10 roll, and then we're just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna forget Alina, it's gonna be good. So here's the thing, by the way. So, I've played it, by the way, in Claire Obscure Expeditions 33. There is one of the most important characters in that entire game, which, by the way, Claire Obscure Expeditions 33 might be the game of the decade, just saying. There's a extremely important character who is a paintress that is called Alina. I'm not joking, like, one of the most important characters in Claire Obscure Expeditions 33, the game of the decade, is a paintress called Alina. And so, of course, I got to make sure to wear some merch. I even got a bit of extra merch right here. That's filled with some good stuff. And hopefully it's gonna raise my chances, because I'm not one for like pull rituals or whatever, but I like Clear Obscure and I got this just yesterday anyway, so like I was gonna get it anyway, so I might as well put it on for the Alina boost for the banner. So why not? Good stuff. 4-star records without with AoE attacks. There's some good 4-star records in there for that. Ashley and Mito. Ashley and Mito both were pretty good. Whatever the boss is weak to, I would say. Okay, we're probably gonna get anything. It's okay. Like, even if we don't get anything, it's fine. It's fine. We don't need to get anything from this. Yeah. I told you guys! I fucking told you! I told you that the fucking... It was gonna do it! It was gonna do it! Clear Obscure Expedition 33 for the rescue! We continue! We continue! It's probably gonna... It's still gonna be Alina. It's gonna be like not a single Alina. I can fucking tell it. Oh, that is some... Ooh. Oh, that is some good stuff. Oh, 3? You didn't have to give me 3. I would have been fine with just 1, but 3... Oh. By the way, if you get the time reset, it's guaranteed at least 3. Ah, man. Isn't that... Oof. Ah, that feels good, that feels good. You might still get Alina, because Alina's chance is really low. Never mind, actually fucking is like immediately. Welcome to the stream, Kazu to Kazu and everyone else who's joined in the meantime. We got a bit lucky. We got a bit lucky. That was indeed 3. Yeah, we got the time reset. You joined at the right time. We got the time reset because we got some Expedition 33 Claire Obscure merchandise. Because, like I said, you just joined, but the main reason is, well, it's the game of the decade, so of course I was gonna get it. But one of the most important characters in the game is a paintress called Alina. Not even joking, a paintress called Alina. So I guess she responded. She's absolutely fucking responded. Jesus. Okay, we got Yuma as well. Okay. Oh, another Yuma. Oh my god. Okay, we got 2 more. Guys, we got 2 more. Okay, what do we got? Lay it on me. Ooh, another mummy? Is that A5 mummy? Oh, you didn't have to give me an A5 mummy. I would have been fine without that, but I'm not gonna say no to an A5 mummy, you know? So, yeah, no problem. No problem. By the way, you're not gonna hear any special music because of copyrighted music, but that's fine. Yeah, say what A5? I know she was A2 just like a week ago, but then while I was rolling for the... Not even the Nays, I think I got like... Yeah, no, I rolled for Nemu, and while rolling for Nemu, I got just like 2 mummies at once. Like, sure, fucking give me both of them, I don't care. And then I guess I got another one. Okay, and we got... Oh, my first Sayaka? I don't even have her yet. Actually, I was missing this character. Oh, you didn't have to do that to me. You didn't have to give me another new character. Oh, man, that is some good stuff right there. Oh, you didn't have to do that, but I'll take it, I'll take it. Oh my god, I need to tell people about this, all about it right now. So yeah, kind of got Alina already. So yeah, I was ready to roll, but you know, can we do chaos now? Theoretically, but it would take an absolutely insane setup because you're kind of intended to use Sayaka A4. You can technically do it without Sayaka A4 if you have like a Sayaka A0, but you would have to have an insane setup, which I don't know if I have that, so I don't know. So that's good. I need this banner now, so I don't know what I was gonna spend more time on the stream rolling, but I guess I didn't need to, so that's fine. By the way, I don't know if I streamed these rolls, but yeah, I got Nemu after like 5 rolls and like 2 mummies, kind of crazy. Oh wait a second, I can even... I don't think you can show it in the log because oh yeah, no, it doesn't go far enough. back. Where can you show the pull log? There's a log for pulls as well. Does anyone remember how to get to the log for pulls? Oh, I was reading chat for a while. I'm really sorry about that because I was too busy celebrating my new Alina. Oh my god. Yeah, welcome everyone who streamed in the meantime, by the way. Hello, Nightclock, Zoe, and Unidragon. And everyone has joined. Yeah, that mummy was indeed huge. Welcome as well, Tomriel and Kohe. Got some good stuff. Second kill was doable, Nagasaka. Yeah, theoretically we could maybe do it. It's gonna be difficult, but maybe we can do it. Yeah, that was the free one, Kazu. And I know this morning was the special animation of the Homina time skip. Damn. Tower time. It's tower time. Before I do that, I need to, of course, raise them up immediately. But don't worry. I think I'm fully standard to finale. I got the special odd thing for that. Oh, nice. I need to raise my characters, but you don't need to be scared about me not having enough resources. Well, first off, I want to give them their personal memoria just so I can add it to the gallery, because you get like bonus points just to adding their personal memoria to the gallery. So, Vivace Pulse, whatever. Is it actually supposed to be Vivace Pulse? I'm not sure. So, nice, that's another gem bonus. Oh wait, I gotta see that personal. What do you mean the ultimate challenge? What does that mean? I technically use Pluvia substitute since she's AoE. If it comes to pure breaking speed, I think like at A0 Alina versus A0 Pluvia, I think Alina should break way faster. At higher ascensions, I'm not sure, because Pluvia gets like a secondary break gauge depletion bonus at A2, and I don't know exactly how strong that bonus is, but it's possible that bonus is strong enough to like catch up to Alina's break speed. I'm not sure. What do we need? I never play with sound, so I never actually realized that they like overlap their voice lines. Okay, what do we have? First off, so yeah, I might have enough resources to get them to max. I only have 17.7 million experience points. I think she's saying that a miracle will happen, or a miracle happens? Will happen. You know that the present form and the future form is basically the same in Japanese? Like, a miracle will happen versus a miracle happens, I think is the exact same. Dude, Japanese is weird. Okay, what do we have? We're gonna get her to... Is skill really that important? Yeah, the skill is very much important actually, so we're gonna get it to 11 here. How do I have 17 million? I'm gonna show you in a second. So if you pay for the pass, the etc. pass, you get double drops from all of your like daily missions that you do. Not the daily missions, those are what they're called. The upgrades. So all of the upgrade missions give you double the drops if you have etc. passes, both of them, which I do. But on top of that, I have a lot of orbs, a lot of gems. What are they called? No, green cubes, QP cubes? QP cubes? Magical cubes, that's what they call it, magical cubes. I have a lot of those from just playing the game, because also if you just buy the resource packs in like for real money, you get like a shit ton of magical cubes. I can't get rid of these. I'm getting magical cubes faster than I can spend. So every day I spend like 900 of them on various upgrade materials, and I get like a crap ton of stuff, like so goddamn much. Why is the magical girl room white? Is because you get all the Megoka? So it's black for me? Wait, what do you mean? Magical girl room? What do you mean magical girl room? Magical girl room? What do you mean? Wait. Need Alina in PvP? Alina could be interesting in PvP. I'm not quite sure about that. Yeah, the other one is... Oh my god, she's all the way up there. Yeah, 111 is the baseline for all, basically, because 111 is where you get the first upgrade to someone's skill, and that skill usually from 9 to 10 is a decent upgrade, but not all the time. 7 experience and no pass. Damn, you would have probably around as much as me if you were also having the pass. Not the end pass. That's a different one. That's also being sold, by the way. I think you have another of these as well. It's like 330,000 of these or something. I think I have enough of these ones as well. Like, I have a lot of these. Also, so usually I check what the skill does from 9 to 10, and it's like 50%, 100% chance to weaken. Like, this doesn't do that much. It's just a little bit of damage. Oh, but for breakers it's important, because for breakers, only for breakers, by the way, not for other characters, but only for breakers, does increasing the level of their skills also make them do more break gauge depletion. So from 9 to 10, it actually depletes more break gauge. Only for breakers, though. Sweet. And now we need to also check something else. I don't think I can do anything. Yeah, it takes an insane amount of grimoires to do that. Like, an insane amount. We need like 20, 30 or whatever, like, holy shit. Okay, I want to see what that personal is, though. Okay, first off we have these Vivace Pulse. And then we have these, the Ultimate Challenge. Does that thing have like text to it? No? I want to know what it's supposed to be like. I mean, what is she doing? What is she looking at? Wrong answers only. What is she looking at? Pick A4 Yachiyo. I'm probably also going to go for like something like A4 Yachiyo because I have everyone else already at like high ascensions. By the way, usually personals are really bad. This is a personal that's actually pretty good. This is actually a pretty good personal because 10% speed is pretty good, because speed, you kind of want speed on basically everyone, and there's not enough speed portraits to give everyone a high speed portrait. Some people are going to have a lower speed portrait, and the lower speed portraits are at about 10% speed. So this is about the lower speed portraits that you might actually be using on your team, but you also get the 5% MP recovery rate on top of that. So it's actually a non-shit personal, and the stats may be lower, but the stats being lower also doesn't matter that much because breakers don't care about stats that much, really. Like, breakers don't really care that much about stats, so this actually might be one of the best, maybe the best person in the game, which doesn't mean anything because all the personals are kind of shit. But as far as personals go, that might be the best one. That's kind of cool. Yeah, for the Mikaskivela, I'm gonna pick probably Felicia. Right? No. Yeah. So Felicia is A4. I'm gonna pick Yachiyo. It would either be between Yachiyo or Felicia, but you see, my Yachiyo is only A2. Theoretically, my Iro has the lowest at A1, but I'm not gonna be using her like ever for any light type enemy. I'm gonna use a Pluvia. Why? Because my Pluvia is like A3 almost. She's gonna be A4 soon because I'm just gonna get spooked by her. I can smell that I'm gonna get spooked by her soon, and she's just so good. I'm not gonna use Iroha ever, so I'm not gonna get another Iroha. My Sana is already A4 as well, and as far as defenders go, you don't need to go past A4 on a defender. That's like the last one is kind of doesn't really matter. It's probably gonna be Yachiyo then. So she's the only one that actually matters, because if I need an Aqua damage dealer, it's gonna be Yachiyo, right? And as far as the damage dealers go, kind of damage dealers are like the one people that really want to have high ascensions for like high-end content, because for high-end content, that A4 is really important. Those A4 split has been carrying me hard. That's the same one as every breaker. So every breaker at 5-star gets this one right here. Any breaker advances LS action all about 20%. Really good. Extremely good. One of the best passives in the game. And every breaker gets it at A4. Really good. I don't know if it stacks, by the way. Like, I don't know if you have multiple breakers on your team and they all have that. If you get like multiple, not that you would do it, like it's not good enough to have like multiple of on your team doing that, but that's kind of interesting. So yeah, that's pretty good. We need to test drive that Alina. By the way, I didn't even mention this. You know that Alina kind of wants to have another follow-up character on the team. Like, she wants to have as many follow-up characters on the team as possible. And you know who is the only tank right now who has a follow-up? That's the only tank that has a follow-up right now, so I guess it lines up. So somehow everything worked out perfectly. Let me do this. So here's the thing about Nemu. If only Alina was forest type. If only she was forest type. Like, even if she's not an attacker, if she was at least forest type, you could still put a Nemu here and have something, like, something. Instead you have nothing. Like, Nemu is literally useless right now, and I don't like saying this because Nemu is my favorite Magius outside of Alina, right? Which I know there's only like 2 other Magius, and that's like or if you want to count Mifuyu 3, so it's not really tough competition between like Toka, Mifuyu, and Ui, and it's like, okay, of course, obviously Nemu is gonna be the best character out of these because the other ones are, all 3 of those other characters are kind of like not good people. But she sucks in this game. Like, why did they do my Nemu this dirty? Why did they do her so dirty? That is just evil what they did to her. I'm never gonna forgive them for this. I think we're gonna take a mummy just because A5 mummy. Holy shit. Like, you get 20% speed from a passive, which then gets amplified by 50%, so you actually get 30% speed. You know who else gives 30% speed to the entire party? You know who else does that? You basically get Murmura's passive for free. But once Mummy reaches A4. And because she gets so much MP generation from her level 10 special, which I don't have yet, you can also get like skill special, skill special, skill special, skill special, which also is 20% action advance for the entire team on every skill. A4 Mummy basically becomes Murmura, but also gives a crap ton of buffs to the party. So an A4 Mummy basically makes Murmura useless, which is one of the main reasons why I kind of argue against people saying that Murmura is kind of OP. As far as OP go, there's only like one character that is much more OP than every other character in the game, and that's Pluvia. Pluvia is kind of the most busted character in the entire game by far. And after that, it's maybe Kirika. Maybe Kirika, maybe Mabayu, something like that. Maybe Mami. It's a toss-up between those characters, right? And then maybe you put Murmura on there as well. But Murmura and all those characters are still like an entire tier below where Pluvia is. Like, Pluvia is insane. Absolutely busted. So yeah, that's kind of cool. So let's try this team. I gotta test drive this team. So Alina needs speed. Everyone needs speed. What am I saying? So we get some attack here. We definitely run MP recovery now because I think she gets a turn early now on her special. And then speed on here as well. We could do a meme. Like a meme? Like a super meme. Let's do a super meme, okay? Let's do a super meme. Okay. Hey, Rebel Rampage, how is it going? Hello as well, Aussie Boss and Motherflies. Everyone else who's joined in the meantime, how is it going, guys? Could use Nanaka with Nemu technically? Yeah, technically, but Nanaka being a 4-star and really not having the firepower behind it, you have to think about what is the alternative. If you have a Forest Week boss, you could run Nemu with a Nanaka right now, but the alternative would be running instead a Ren plus Homura or Ren plus Madokami, which, even if they're not super effective, are probably still gonna do more damage, and that's kind of the sad part, that it's still not worth it. Like, right now, there's not a single boss or situation in the game where you would use Nemu, and that's kind of sad. Yeah, Lux Madoka, I don't think that's quite worth it, because I don't think you need to stack that quickly. Like, you don't need to stack as quick as possible, it's gonna be fine if it's a tiny bit slower. Yeah, Toka and Nemu, if with follow-ups as well. Aina isn't a bad person, she's just very much guided. She has trouble acting like a normal person, but you can tell that in her heart she actually does mean well. Which you can tell from her manga record magical girl stories and side stories and stuff. Get the first Pluvia this week, awesome, she's the best character in the game. Holy Mami could be a forest attacker, not quite sure. Dude, she's gotta be a force attacker, because what would the alternative be? Light attacker? There's already 2 light attackers in the game. They're not gonna put another one in there. The only Mecha you missed, Kasa and Toka right now? I think so, because I also got a Kyoko recently. Yeah, I think so. I think it's the only one I'm missing. I could check. If that's the only one. Okay, super memes. Who am I picking for super memes? I think it's Mabayu. No. Who am I picking for super memes? It could be this. No, when I pick super memes, I want to have like super memes. Oof, that's a tough call. We could go super duper memes. Like, how memey do we want to make this? I think we do this. I think we make it as memey as possible. Like, that's a proper ass meme if I haven't seen one. Now, it doesn't count as a follow-up, but it's okay, it doesn't have to. It feels like half the characters in the game right now are breakers. I know they aren't, but it kind of feels that way. I'm ready to go. Leave it to me. Yeah, this one I think is probably going to be the best one because yeah, there's not actually that many good breakers that equip to just breaker. I think there's some that equip to light. Like, I think there's some good ones that equip to light. Like this one, but you know, I'm not light type. I'm void type, and the void type bonuses right now is like not very good. There's no void type bonuses. I think Ren is a void type bonus, but she's not. It means she's not party right now. That's kind of weird. Double Iroha. Oh yeah, I don't have double Iroha either. I'm also missing that one. I'm not missing that. Like, what am I gonna do with that? Okay, this one. Gotta get as much damage as possible. I think it's no, Nemu. Here's the good part. Nemu actually is really good as a support character. Right? Like the other ones, they just can't do it. But look at this. About 10% damage at maximum level and 8% hit rate, which we have A2. A2 is fine, but even so, 10% damage is fine. Like, you don't actually need that much speed on Ren. If you're playing Ren damage dealer, you don't need Ren to have a lot of speed because all of her damage is gonna come from follow-ups. Okay. That gives super buffs. We gotta get this one because we need the Sayaka to do as many follow-ups as possible, and she gets more counterattacks if she gets hit more often. So doing this means she gets more counterattacks. So yeah. Now that's a pretty memey-ass team, right? Because this is a DPS Ren team. And also, is my Mabayu A1? I don't think she is. But once Mabayu reaches A1, you can also gain more turns on her buff, which means that her buff actually lasts between turns. So Ren is able to make use of the buff between turns as well. That's pretty good. So I'm going to just test drive this team right now on something. I don't even know what. Let's just pick something. Let's just use this one and see what happens. He's so bad you forgot about it. Yeah, I kind of forgot about Double Iroha too. Ren's a debuff support bonus. Yeah. There's like no void supports in the game right now. So they're not weak to void. Who's weak to void right now? Oh, I know someone is weak to void. Let's bully the Needle Witch. Whoops, the wrong one. Whoops. Oh, you can tell this one is Rebellion. Very obvious. Okay. Is it bad you want Holy Mount to be a debuffer? You have lots of attackers. The thing is, as far as debuffers are concerned, if you have debuffers of different types, like you don't need them to have. You don't need to have debuffers of different types. A strong debuffer like Ren, like if Ren was water type or she was fire type, it wouldn't matter much, right? It wouldn't matter much. But as far as attackers go, you kind of do want to have a good attacker of every element. Same thing with Breaker. And I think the main reason why they're releasing so many Breakers is because it's kind of important to have a Breaker of each element. Because they just gain so many bonuses for attacking a weak element that, yeah, you definitely want to have that bonus on your side. Same thing with attackers. Like, attackers get so many bonuses from hitting weak element that you want to have an attacker of each element. So I can understand why they're putting so many Breakers and attackers in the game right now. But you're right that we kind of do need other characters as well, not just breakers and debuffs and all. Yeah, breakers and attackers. Ooh, the music. She's not A1, right? She is A1. Awesome. That's perfect. We're gonna do something completely different though. We don't need her to do damage immediately. We're just gonna do this. So Alina's not gonna be as useful as she otherwise would be because she's really good at AoE. This is not AoE, in case you haven't noticed. There's only one guy at the enemy side. Damn. And guess what? Another one. 6 stacks already. That's good. Let's play dangerous. You know, who needs a shield? I don't need a shield. I don't need a shield at all. We're just gonna not take any damage from this boss right now. That was a lot of damage. No, we're fine. He does actually say one more time, yeah. Mommy is dead, probably. Yeah, whatever. Bonk. Mitama Void Healer would be interesting. Lore-wise, it would make the most sense if Mitama was a Dark-type, curse-focused debuffer. Somehow I feel like she's not gonna be though, because the devs are kinda crazy, like I don't know what the devs are doing. This boss is getting roasted. The souped effect of the Jojo pose. Bonk. Bonk. Mabi, you keep. It's okay, it's okay. You need to actually break? I think we're gonna be fine. I think we should be fine. I think it's gonna line up exactly with a break, but we're gonna have like a almost no break. Bonk. Mommy dies actually because she still has another turn of burn after this, and Alina might also be dead, by the way, but it's okay because we're gonna win here. Oh my god, how is she alive? Bam! Oh my god, look at that damage! That's a lot of damage. She gets 1 extra from this. Nope, hold up. There you go. No, that overcaps. Okay, here we go. The big one. Soul Salvation. Ooh, that wasn't a crit sadly. But still lots of damage. So yeah, the boss got a single turn and then died. We don't even have an attacker on the team, by the way. And actually, we didn't even have a sustain on the team either because I didn't even use her shield. I straight up didn't use Sayaka's shield, so we didn't even have a sustain on the team either. I could have just used someone else too. So we basically just beat this boss without attacker and without sustain, with the boss only getting a single turn. We absolutely smacked this guy into the ground. Should I try it with actually no sustain? No, the boss is already gonna be really low. That would just be bad mannered, right? To have a Pluvia as well, that's just bad manner. Now it's fine. Okay, we should do tower as well. You can do more memes later. Right now it's tower time. By the way, my favorite or least favorite, depending on how you view it, of the character gets hit responses is, by the way, they have different responses, I think, if they get hit at high HP versus if they get hit at low HP. And Kaede, when she gets hit at really low HP, says something like, "Mo kaeritayo," which basically means, I just want to go home. I'm really sorry, Kaede, but you can't go home yet. You're about to die, and there's nothing I can do about that. You get sacrificed, you take one for the team, okay? Okay, we need to actually do a tower now. How do we do tower again? How does tower work again? We could do some memes. Let's do memes. Fuck it. Fuck it, meme time. Tower is mostly AoE damage anyway for most of this, so let's just do an AoE team, right? Let's just do an AoE team. This is mostly AoE anyway. Oriko needs a bit more. How many shots you have for the shard banner? Shard banner. Oh, wait, the shard banner. Do you mean the Kazuki banner? Because I have 900. I'm about to have 1000. Oh, you mean there's key shards? I think I have 6 key shards. So I don't know how many this gives. If this one gives 24, I would have another one from this. Whoops, that's one too little. That one's important. Wait, I did 2 extra. Ah, fuck it. Actually, I could do support ability 10 as well. No, who cares? Okay. So this one might be good. Already has the perfect support. This one doesn't activate. Yeah, so since most of tower is just AoE, let's just build an AoE team and just do AoE stuff, right? Like, who cares? We can just do AoE stuff. Let me just make sure everything is lined up though. Buffer, debuffer, yeah, no, that works. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, that does work out. Huh, interesting. And then this is that. Speed, MP recovery, no, you need speed. Attack, sure, MP recovery, break effect. Oh, I did that for my show off video. You know, sometimes when I make videos, I like show off certain things and then I forget that I changed stuff. And then I start playing the game and realize, why is my team suddenly shit? Oh, wait a second, I forgot something. You know, that happens sometimes. No, it's okay, just get speed. I bet on Devil Hobbler when Rebellion comes out, yep. And we've got to do an Oriko run. My Oriko is... I mean, she's not terrible. She is a 2, so that's good, right? That's good. I never used her before, but she's gonna be fine. And everyone else on the team is looking good too. Why is my Ren not maxed? I'm gonna throw those orbs out because this Ren needs to say hi. And get high. There we go. Like, I'm gonna have Rorbs again by the time the 120, 130 comes out. It's gonna be fine. Okay, I think we're good. Time to lean back because we're just gonna be doing tower now for the next half hour. It's gonna take like a half hour to get back to level 40. And I mentioned this before, that Hoyoverse also, like for example on Genshin Impact, on Star Rail, on Zenless Zone Zero, they also have game modes that are basically exactly like tower, where every few weeks you have, like every 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes every week even, you have some sort of game mode, some high-end game mode that resets, and you have to go through it again for lots of rewards, like here. Except in the Hoyo games you get a lot of premium currency, like a shit ton of gems, which in here you get key shards, which may actually be better than gems. Are key shards better than gems? Because key shards get you a guaranteed 5-star. Imagine if you just get enough gems for like 2 10 rolls and then you don't get a 5-star. So wouldn't key shards be better? I'm not sure actually. But the other thing is that in those Hoyo games, every time it refreshes this game mode, like every time the game mode refreshes in the Hoyo games, you get to keep some of your progress. And you get automatic rewards. So let's say, for example, in Zenless Zone Zero, it just refreshed today. I already did it. I should have done it on stream. Why didn't I do it on stream? So in Zenless Zone Zero, something reset today, which was the game mode that resets every 2 weeks, where you go through like 7 stages that are extremely difficult. And each stage has like 2 parts to it. So a grand total of 14 fights. But every time you go back in, after every 2 weeks, the first 3 nodes are automatically cleared, and you automatically gain the rewards of the first 3 nodes, because the game goes, hey, we realize that you're way too powerful for these first 3 nodes, so we're just gonna give you the first 3 nodes. And it does the same thing in Star Rail, in Genshin. Like in Genshin you have Abyss level 12 that you go up to, but Abyss level 9 is you get all the way up to Abyss level 9 every single time it refreshes, so you don't have to do those again. You can just do 10 and 11 and 12 and it's gonna be okay. Actually, I think they go even up to 10 by now, so you only have to do 11 and 12. But in here, right now, you have to do all of it from 0 every single time. Just let us go to like halfway up the tower. Like, I've done 40 last time, let me just go up to 20 and give me all the rewards up to 20, because I'm just gonna sit here and not do anything and talk to chat. By the way, how's it going? How are you doing, chat? So yeah, I'm just gonna be pressing this button and just watching for like a really long time now before anything happens. It's gonna take up until like 30 until it gets interesting for me at least, because I've done this so many times before. Rapid, do you mean test Alina and this team on Needle? Because I did just test a team on Needle, if you weren't here before. These one RAM tower levels, not the same ones? At least you do get new ones every time. So you could argue that the new ones are like random levels, in a way. So what Genshin does is, like I said, they have the 12 levels of Abyss, but I think the first 8 are always the same. So the first 8 are always the same, but you only have to do them once, and then the game goes, okay, you're strong enough, you don't have to do them again, right? You just clear them permanently. But those first 8 theoretically never change. It's only the last ones that ever change. So I guess they could do something like this as well. Like, let's say, for example, you get to tower level 100, right? Let's say after you get to tower level 100, you permanently clear the tower, and you don't have to do the tower ever again, but then you get like another 20 levels, and those 20 levels change every single week. Like every single week, those 20 go, those 20 are going to be different 20 levels. Something like that, maybe. I can see that. Yeah, it's kind of annoying right now having to redo levels. You should keep some of your progress and just automatically gain the rewards for those every time it refreshes. All other Gato games that have, not even Holyverse games, or not just Holyverse games, other games also have mechanics like this. Although, to be fair, all those other games also just copy-pasted from Holyverse, because of course they did. You're sad you're missing Tsuruno. Tsuruno is still like one of the best supports in the game, maybe even the best support in the game for increasing your team's damage if you have her on field. It's just that right now damage is not that important, because breaking and staying alive is kind of more important, and other supports help you break faster or stay alive better. I like taking more turns, for example. But even outside of that, if you just have her as a support Kyoku, like Tsuruno as a support Kyoku is maybe one of the best, if like top 3 best support Kyoku in the game. Like, I'm using Tsuruno on basically every single team that I have, because every single buffer that I have, first pick Tsuruno. First pick Tsuruno as the support Kyoku is still one of the best support Kyoku in the game. People are kind of sleeping on how good she actually is as a support Kyoku. She gives like 30% speed and like 30% better buffs or something ridiculously crazy like that. Like absolutely absurd buffs to a support. I keep saying support, but I mean buffer, yeah. Welcome everyone who's joined in the meantime, by the way. Hope you're all doing great. Hope your free 10 rolls have gone well. Mine has. To the people who aren't here, I don't know if someone clipped it, but my free 10 roll was a minimum roll. It was, by the way, also welcome to Metal Monster. It was a minimum roll where I got 9 blue ones and a purple one. And then I got a Homura time reset. And then I got a Homura time reset, and it reset, and I got 3 golds. And one of them was Alina. I got like a 5 Mummy, and then I got a Sayaka. So my free 10 roll went fucking great. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. What do we say? What do we say? We don't say anything, we just clap. Just clap. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. That was all skill, right? That wasn't luck. That was skill. I brought the receipts. I got the Expedition 33 Claire Obscure merchandise because I want to say once again for the people who join in the meantime, one of the most important characters in that game is a paintress called Alina. A paintress called Alina. So of course with the Expedition 33 merchandise, you can summon Alina. Wow. Insane. You have this special animation in the free roll. I still don't understand how exactly the special animation works. I think you just randomly get it when you get a rate up character, but not always. Like, I've gotten the rate up character without special animation before, and I've got the special animation for a rate up character I already had, like for an A1. Like, I don't know. I don't know when you get the special animation. I think you just randomly get it sometimes for the rate up character. It's kind of weird. Rabbit Rampage? Rabbit, did you want me to test the Alina on Nightmare Needle? Because I did test her on Nightmare Needle before doing the tower, in case you weren't here for that. You can, like, since you're on YouTube, you can probably just hop back a little in the video and check when I did that. But you can't do on Twitch, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. You can't just jump back on Twitch. That's like the one thing, that's actually the one thing, literally the only one thing that I like better about YouTube is that in YouTube you can just jump back at any time without having to open the VOD. But that's the only thing. That's the only thing. Everything else I like better about Twitch, to be fair. You had Alina and A2 Felicia in your free 10. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. You had to get her with Pity Melon. Ooh, that hurts. That sucks. No, Alina, only Momoko. I feel you. I have an A5. Yeah, I think I have an A5 Momoko by now. I feel you. I feel you. You have to spark for Alina A2. Hey, but at least you have an Alina A2 now, and that's kind of busted. Like, I know I keep saying this before, that Alina is like, that Pluvia is probably the best character in the game right now, and that every single other breaker has to compare against Pluvia, and it's not fair because of how busted Pluvia is, but as far as just break speed goes, Alina might be one of the fastest breakers in the game, especially on AoE. Like, she breaks really fucking fast. And she debuffs with Weaken, and the Weaken might actually be really nice with your, like if you have a debuff next to that, who gives like 30% defense down. Going from 30% to 40% defense down is actually a huge damage increase. In fact, I'm gonna calculate it right now. The damage increase from 30% defense down is about 42.8%. I think it's 1 over square root of 2, I think? I'm not quite sure. So you get about 43% damage increase from the enemy having 30% less defense. But the enemy having 40% less defense, let's see how much that does, is 66%. So you go from 42% damage increase to 66% damage increase. It's like 24% more damage from just adding 10% defense down. So a debuffer plus Alina is actually insane. Like, that is actually insane. Like, you get so much, like 24% more damage from your breaker. From a breaker of all characters. That's actually kind of busted. Orakure. Oracle Whip. Oh, I just realized I put Oriko and Kiriko on the same team. I didn't even notice. Oriko homete. Severa, let's go! You, oh, I'm 5 seconds too late for the good luck, I'm sorry. We got a Tsuruno dupe. If she's of a high rarity, A4 Tsuruno is the GOAT. A4 Tsuruno, fantastic, because you get a skill point back and really good buff, like A4 Tsuruno, really good. That better be A4 Tsuruno. Yeah, buffer dupes is awesome, because once you get a buffer to A4, you get a skill point back on their special, which is insanely good. A1, still good? Still good? A4 Tsuruno, still good? The A2 Alina in PvP might be interesting, because in PvP with A2 Alina starts at 5 magic level. On top of that, she gains 5 MP when she uses a skill, which means you can do some insane setup. Imagine this. Mabayu, Alina, A2. Mabayu gives double turns to Alina. Alina, with bonus 5 MP, plus already starting with 5 magic, gets 2 skills, which puts her on already like 10 magic, plus special, because with the bonus MP you get to special. So that kind of sounds insane, that Mabuyu just does that, because I think with Pluvia it's not quite as powerful. But with Alina, it sounds busted. It actually does sound busted. Like, that might actually be better than Pluvia even. I'm not sure. Welcome to stream, Xian. You got Alina at 100 pulls. Better than 200. I know other people have had to go 200, so that's good. You got A1 Felicia on free 10 roll. If you got any 5-star at all, that's already really good luck, because I think it's the chance to not get a 5-star is like 70%, right? I think it's around 70% to not get a 5-star on this banner, because it's 5% rate or something. So if you got a 5-star at all, you're already like one of the 30% luckiest people. And A1 Felicia, that's pretty good. Yeah, A2 Tsuno is really good for crit comps. Except if you get Giovanna. Why can't we get Doppel Iroha on the Mikazuki banner? Like on the Mikazuki choose your own free 5-star? Why can't we get Doppel Iroha? She's a Mikazuki member, right? And she's bad. She's actually worse than regular Iroha, but maybe someone would want to choose her? I don't know. They should have put her on the banner. I think Doppel Iroha might actually be the worst 5-star in the game. I'm not sure about that. She's down there, but I don't know. The reason I say she might be one of the worst 5-star is because right now, on most battles where you use a healer because you need to cleanse ailments. Like every single fight right now where you want to use a healer to cleanse ailments. And you can't cleanse ailments. So you're using Yuma and Reira instead of Doppel Iroha because they can cleanse ailments. So, what the fuck is the point? Literally, what is the point? Damn. You also have to wonder if the 5-star 5% rates are here to stay for all upcoming banners. It's possible. It is possible. So here's the thing. Right now, it's definitely planned that they're only using these rates for these banners, right? The plan is only for these banners. But it's possible that if they see that players like it enough or players spend enough money, that the developers go, oh, this is actually giving us more money, or actually the players really like it, right? And then they might make it permanent afterwards. I'm not sure about that though, because Alina isn't a forest DPS and Nemu is useless right now, so there's not actually that much reason to pull these banners, so I feel like not many people are gonna roll these banners just because gameplay-wise these characters don't fit together and they messed up, sadly. You have a question. I'm going to get A0 Felicia today. Will it still be good for PvP? Absolutely. Even right now, Felicia, even at A0, is really good for PvP. And because the thing is, if you have an attacker right now, you can take an attacker out and just put Felicia in, and it will be a better team. It will be a better team. My JP ult, like I have a free-to-play ult on the Japanese server, and that ult doesn't have Felicia. So that ult uses a A0 Homura instead in PvP. And that ult is gonna get a Felicia. And it's gonna swap out the Homura for a Felicia in PvP. And it's gonna be a better. Pluvia or Alina? Generally I would use Pluvia. But I think specifically on AoE battles or on battles that are void weak, I'm gonna use Alina. Right? So for general use, Pluvia every day, but specifically for AoE or specifically for Void, I'm going to use Alina instead. The free roll was Garbo, so he once again rolled and got an A1 Pluvia, A3 Homura, Duber Iroha. Jesus, sometimes you really just gotta risk, because you know what they say. Every single gambler, 99% of gambler even, they stop just one roll away from hitting the jackpot. So if you've already spent $10,000, if you spend $10,000 and $100, maybe that's where the jackpot lies. You would think Alina was well if Toka and Nemu did follow-ups, except they don't. None of these characters fit together at all. Outside of the fact that they all like to have follow-ups, they don't fit together at all. First off, you have two breakers. You have Alina and Toka, of different element breakers. You're not gonna use both of them on the same team. You're just not gonna use both of them on the same team. You're just not. Because it would have to be a battle against a fire and void weak boss that summons ads. But where breaking the boss fast is still important. Only on such a fight would you would even consider bringing both these characters. So first off, so you're not going to bring Alina and Toka on the same team. Are you going to bring Nemu and any of the other two? Maybe? You would need a forest attacker for that. Like if you had forest attacker and Toka, and the boss is weak to both forest and fire, then you could bring Toka and Nemu and a forest attacker. And if the enemy is weak to forest and void, you could bring Nemu and a forest attacker and Alina. You're kind of seeing how many hoops you have to jump through to make these guys want to play together? Like, these mages do not want to play together at all. And you know what? That's fucking funny, because in lore, these guys hate each other. All these three characters fucking hate each other in the lore, so it makes sense that they don't want to actually play together. However, as far as the gacha is concerned, it's not a good idea to make these characters not want to play together, because now you have to ask yourself, why should I roll for these guys? Like, why should I roll for Nemu when there's not a single 5-star forest DPS in the game, and she is specifically made to work only with 5-star forest DPS? Because her numbers on buffing forest are not high enough to make Nanaka pull ahead of like Homura or Marukami. She can't. Those numbers aren't high enough for that. So she has to have a 5-star forest DPS to pull ahead, which there are none. And then you have two breakers that compete against Pluvia. What? Like, it just doesn't work. Like, it's kind of a disaster about how these characters just don't work out right now. But you could just say it's lore. Like, it's lore accurate. These characters don't want to work together, and they're kind of a mess. All these characters, they're just messes. They're not fail girls, but they're missing the point, right? They're missing the point. To go and live, right? Ikite ikute? To go and live, I think is what she means. Kimi this? Yeah. So I think that would mean since I made the decision to live and to continue to go and live. Jesus. I'm trying to translate the lines of what they're saying in my head while I'm playing. Basically all the time. Sometimes I do it out loud. One more means one more, by the way, in case you don't know. In lore, Mikasuki will synergize in gacha as well. With one exception. In lore, Felicia is kind of the odd one out, because Felicia is not really that much of a team player, because she just goes ham, she just goes berserker and just hits bonks people, which makes sense, because she's the only one who doesn't benefit of crit. It all fits together. Put one of the makers wait for Holy Mummy. I would just wait until next week, because I assume next week they're going to announce they're just gonna have the next announcement stream, okay? They're gonna have the next announcement stream, and they're gonna announce probably, I would assume, the next limited character. And the reason why I assume that is because they kind of have to at this point. It's been like 3 months already, almost, and before the last 2 months. After the last limited character, they kind of have to give us a limited character at some point. So I think they're gonna give us a limited character. And you may as well wait to see who that limited character is. And then decide if you want to roll on a Magius or wait for that character, is my guess at least. Like 100% full disclosure right now, I want to be honest to you guys. If I didn't roll Alina right here in that 10 roll, I would have given it like 4 rolls maybe. It goes down like maybe like 4 rolls. and if I still hadn't gotten Alina, I wouldn't have continued. Like, I know I love Alina, she's one of my top 3 favorite characters in Manga Record, but I'm not made of money. I can't just roll on every character. I have to take breaks sometimes as well, just to not go broke. So I would have actually not continued rolling for Alina if I hadn't gotten her. Like, I would have just waited to see who the limited character, or like whoever the next character is. I assume it's limited. It kind of has to be limited, come on guys. So yeah. If the limited character shows up, does it mean that I get free daily pull again? Possible. So right now, the way I see it, they have 2 systems for that. They have the free daily 10 roll, and then they have the... You just get a free 10 roll. I think I said daily free 10 roll. So they have the daily free single roll, and just one time 10 roll is the 2 things that they have. And they have to choose one of those 2 for the next one. They could either go with the 10 roll again, or with the single rolls again. I think the single rolls make more sense for like getting people hooked and getting people keep playing, because if you get a free roll every day, you're more likely to log in every day, right? So I think it just makes more sense to go with the single rolls, but it's also possible they go with the 10 roll, or they do both. They do both. You get a free 10 roll and you get a free single roll every single day. Wow. How much have they put into etc. so far? Maybe like 2,000. No, wait, that's way too much. 1,400. 1,400 maybe? Wait, even that's too much. I'm trying to think about how much. 1,200. 1,200. Yeah, I think that's accurate. 1,200. And if you think, by the way, that YouTube and Twitch makes money and like pays for that, here's the thing: other streamers that do like Hoyoverse games, their streams and their YouTube, those pay for the rolls, right? Like, if you see a big streamer and they spend a shit ton of money on rolls, they're not losing money. They're making that money straight back. I don't have the luxury. I don't have the luxury. I'm sorry, guys. So I can't do that. Had to eat dinner, sub. How's the town run going? Zoe, don't worry about it. You didn't miss anything. Because we've just been watching animations for like the last half hour. And nothing has happened. Literally nothing has happened because we've just been watching animations for half an hour. Do you think they will reveal a summer event? Yes. I think I do. I don't know if the limited unit will be a summer unit. It's possible. Actually, it's likely. Now that I think about it. The YouTuber X-Slice, I don't know that one, I'm sorry. It's probably likely that the limited unit might be a swimsuit unit. And I would assume that they probably want to make some money after the last 2 months. Because the last 2 months were a bit quiet. So I think after 2 quiet months they want to make some money. And to make some money, swimsuit Hulamagi Holy Quintet, at least 2 of them. Swimsuit Madoka, swimsuit Homura, money. There we go. Limited swimsuit Homura, limited swimsuit Mami, swimsuit Madoka, swimsuit Homura, bam. Maybe even swimsuit Mami. Saika Kyoko, I'm sorry, you're just not popular enough. But that's money right there. That's money, bam. Now it's chapters 8 and out of Manga Record. It could be chapter 10 as well. I think it's only one more chapter, so that they might actually cram 8, 9, and 10 into one chapter. It would be insane, but maybe. If it's Swimsuit Iroha you have to spend, it might not be. Infinite money glitch? Yeah, that's kind of the thing. If you're like a gacha YouTuber, you kind of can't lose money on rolls, because if you just stream your rolls, you make the money straight back. Sova Saika is the best of the 5 really from record? Yeah. Yeah. Swimsuit Madoka is probably second. Maybe actually, I think Swimsuit Madoka was actually better than Swimsuit Sayaka in record. In terms of gameplay. Swimsuit Homura was the worst, by like a long shot. Why would they cram all 3 into one? I don't know how, but it's possible. It's still, like, I think they really want to get Manga Records done with. They want to just move on and say we have Oriko, we have Susune, we have Tard, we have Kazumi, we have all this other stuff in there. They want to be done with manga record because they know that manga record is so goddamn fucking long. They don't want to, like, if they actually did one chapter into one window in etc., we would be seeing manga record for the next year, like for the next 365 days, before we see anything else. So I can understand that they're like, you know what, let's just cram them into each other and just move on. They also uploaded the entirety of Manga Record Arc 1 and Arc 2 onto YouTube. Like, it's on YouTube. So not only was it in the game just before this, it's also on YouTube and it's long as fuck. I can understand why the developers just wanna like move through this quickly and say, okay, we've done our part. If you really care about the story, you've already seen the story in other ways, so let's just go past it. But they could easily do migrate for a whole year, yeah, absolutely. Set no voice and 3D cutscenes for record for etc. They're probably saving those for the other spin-offs as well. It's on YouTube in Japanese though. But you see, they only care about the Japanese. That's why. Did she say Tensaku? That could be the 10 from Tensai, would be genius. Genius work. Brilliant, like masterpiece. Is Tensaku masterpiece? If it's the 10 from Tensai, I don't know. Because Saku is from Saku, like work or piece of art. Something will get hard. That day is coming closer because they actually updated Tard's model in the preview. Like, there's like a preview banner that you see when you beat the story that says like, in the future you will also see this, and then it shows like Manga Record and like Rebellion, and it shows like Tard. And the model they use for Tard in that preview image has been updated, I think just last patch, to not be the Manga Record Live 2D, but the etc. Live 2D. So it's getting closer. Not that the fan translation is bad. You better not say anything bad about the fan translation, because the Manga Union translation is a godsend. But they aren't trying to make it accessible for English viewers at all. That is kind of true, yeah. We have to translate it ourselves. When will they continue Scene Zero? They might announce the next part of Scene Zero at the next stream next week, I'm not sure. Way more interested in Tard than the others at the moment. That's fair. It's a good spin-off. I would never help translate chapter 11. Don't worry, I know. But yeah, I don't know what we would do without my Union translations at this point. Because Arc 2 would just be impossible. Like, even in etc. is not gonna do Arc 2 in its full form. Do you think they really do Arc 2, like one chapter per window? That would be 2 years. They would take 2 years to get to Arc 2 if they do one chapter per window. Like, that would be insane. I think Duo Units will return in future. I can see by the way. I don't think so. Here's why. I think the reason why Duo Units are not gonna come back is because right now it's pretty set in stone that there's only that you have like a base character who then has different forms, and that base character has heart files, right? That's the way the game is set up with the characters. But Duo Units don't fit into that at all. Like, you can't have a heart file for two characters at once. And if you're talking about Duo Units, who's the base character? Because right now every single character needs to have a base character. That's how the game is programmed. If you have a Duo Unit, you can't just have a base character, like one base character with a Duo Unit. That doesn't work. And I don't think it's programmed in the way to have two base characters. Like, I don't think that works. But I think there still will be Duo Units, just in a completely different way. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna have duo releases, kind of like the Amane sisters, right? So you had the Amane sisters who were in a single banner with two characters. So let's say, for example, you have Christmas Rikaren. Christmas Rika Ren is going to be Christmas Rika and Christmas Ren, and they're both going to be on the same banner, right? They're going to both be on the same banner, and that's how it's basically a dual unit. So they're still like two separate units, but they're on the same banner together. And I think that's how dual units are going to work in etc. Where it's still two characters together, but as like separate units. I think that's what I'm going to do. You finish talking like battle at 12:45, 12:50 was a pain. One spoil, one spoils. Don't worry, I think I've already seen them. I've already seen screenshots, but I don't know exactly what their mechanics are, but I know who the witches are at least. If they do them more free gems, I'll take free gems. But they really need to improve those gems. They really need to give us more gems, because you get just a couple of gems. That's like not enough. It's not enough. I'm sorry guys, that's just not enough. They don't fit the elements either, really. Yeah, kind of sad. I see the period both on their tabs. Yeah, dual units don't work with Kyoku lore either. Gem economy isn't still really bad. This is really the weird part about etc. The gem economy is really, really bad. This is one of the worst premium currency economies of all modern gacha games. But the economy of 5-star characters is really good compared to other gacha games. Like, this game gives you way more 5-star characters, even when accounting for low gem count, compared to other gachas. It's really fucking weird. So they don't give you gems, they just give you 5 stars. Like, say for example, have 5-star keys, just get 5-star keys. Or here's a free 5-star character that you get for just playing the game. Like, here's bam, free 5-star character. Or the Mikazuki 5-star, choose your free 5-star character. Here's shards for playing the tower, you get a free 5-star character, right? Or here's you get a free 10 roll and the 5-star rate is like 5%, right? So this game is really, really weird in that it doesn't give you gems, but it gives you 5 stars. What? That is so fucking weird. I don't understand how that system works, but it works somehow. But the question is, does that feel good? Does it feel good to not have many gems, but to get all the 5-star characters through like other memes like keys or shards or free pulls or stuff like that? Would you rather have a lot of gems in a regular gacha system where you don't get many 5 stars, or would you have the current system where you don't get many gems, but they just randomly give you free 5 stars? Like, I don't know. It's definitely a weird system. So far as a free-to-play player, I haven't gotten enough gems to activate the pay system twice. Yep, as a free-to-play you don't really get to pity at all, really. But even as a free-to-play, you just get given a lot of like free 5-star characters all the time, with like through the 5-star shards from Tower and Score Attack, or they just say, hey, you know what, login bonus, here's a 5-star key, or the Mikazuki selector, here's a 5-star Mikazuki character you can just select, or you get a free 10 roll on a banner that has 5% rate on 5 stars. I don't know. Like, the approach is, you have a base income, not of gems. It's not like you get this many gems per month, it's you get this many 5-star per month, right? So instead of saying you get like 1,000 gems per month, you get like 2 5-stars per month. That's the income. And the actual gacha itself is for whales. It sounds really weird to say, but the gacha is for whales. Free-to-play just get free 5 stars. What? It feels really weird to say, but yeah, that's what they're doing. Do you think they're gonna add Italy as a tower-only boss? Ooh. This is a tough question. So there's something really, really funny they could do. There's something so funny they could do. So people have been memeing, or not just memeing, just theorizing that Italy is actually Mabayu Switch. So there's something really, really funny they could do, where it's the very, very final node of Scene 0 It's just a fight against Italy without context. No context, right? They're not saying, oh no, we need to fight this witch now. It's just, the story is over. The story is over. Scene 0 has concluded. And then there's just one final battle against Italy without context. Wouldn't that be the funniest fucking thing? Oh my god, I would celebrate so hard if they just did that. Just do it. Come on, just do it. Just give us a random fight against Italy in Scene 0 without context. People would eat it the fuck up. We were lucky to get Moimura. Moimura is one of the best characters at A0, but at higher Ascension she's kind of bad. So the thing about Moimura is that she doesn't scale that well with Ascensions, unlike other characters. Like other supports scale really well with Ascensions, while Moimura doesn't actually scale that well with Ascensions. Scene 0 was completed in Mago Record. Scene 0 was completed in Mago Record, but they never showed what Mabayu's witch was. So people are still wondering, is it actually Italy? Could it be Italy? I don't know. Could it be Italy? We don't know. Tower last boss is Madoka-chan. Tower last boss should be Iroha-chan, but specifically the giant Iroha-chan, like the huge Iroha-chan should be the tower final boss. Because who can win against that? No one can win against that. You need like a Madokami to win against that. Kind of surprised we haven't gotten Mifu yet. We've skipped so many characters for now. By the way, to all the people who haven't played Mago Record and might be wondering about Mago Record characters, Mago Record has like 50 characters that are in some way connected to Arc 1. In some way, like 50 characters. We've gotten like 15 to 20 right now. We're kind of like missing a shit ton of characters. We're missing like over half of all Mago Record characters right now, even for Arc 1. What the fuck? Shouldn't Mabayu have a confirmed doppel? No, she didn't have a doppel in Mago Record. And you wanna know why? Because Scene 0 is not connected to Mago Record. Scene 0 was playable through the Mago Record like client. Like if you play Mago Record, you get to read Scene 0. But Scene 0 is not connected to Mago Record at all. Which means that Scene 0 characters don't have doppels. Because in order to have a doppel, you need to be in the Mago Record universe. And Scene 0 doesn't play in the Mago Record universe. Therefore, Mabayu can't even have a doppel. And she's literally not in the correct universe to have a doppel. Nani kore? Exactly. Is that why they made Magia 2? They didn't make it specifically for that. But yes, they all did have a Magia 2 instead. That also Madoka-chan can summon Marakami's foot. For some reason... Okay, this sounds weird, but for some reason, all of the Magia Report characters, like not Record, but Report, the gag characters in Magia Record, like Iroha-chan and Felicia-chan and Marakami-chan and Akumura-chan, they all had feet as their Magia 2. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. But they all had feet. Like Akumura-chan summons a foot. Rena-chan summons a foot. Why do they all attack with giant feet? I don't know. Iroha-chan goes big and then stomps on enemies with her feet. Why? Why do they all attack with their feet? I don't know. That's just weird. That's just fucking weird. Yes, Alex was gamer. It is indeed. Scene 0 is the official prequel, the official canon prequel to Pulamani Madoka Magica. I do need to mention the following. Even though I just said it is the official and canon prequel to Pulamani Madoka Magica, a lot of people in the broader Madoka community are getting an aneurysm if you tell them that, because there is a really large number of, I don't want to call them purists, but let's just call them purists in the Madoka Magica community, where they will argue that only the original 12 episodes and Rebellion of Puella Magi Madoka Magica are canon. Nothing else is canon. Kasumi Magica, not canon. Tart Magica, not canon. Susan Magica, not canon. No. Nothing else canon. Magica Record, not canon. No. Wraith Arc, not canon. Nothing is canon. Sorry, nothing is canon. Only the original anime and Rebellion is canon. Nothing else is canon. And if you tell them that Z0 is canon, they're gonna get their own cannon out, and they will try to fire that cannon at you and kill you. So be really careful about that. And the thing is, this number of these purists is pretty darn high. Like, if you go to the Madoka Magica Reddit, and talk about Season 0 being canon, I'm pretty certain a mod will ban you. Okay, probably not. You probably not get banned, but the sentiment is that a mod should ban you. If you tell them that, or even if you tell them that Wraith Arc is canon. If you tell them that Wraith Arc is canon, they will get so fucking angry at you. Same thing with the Madoka Magica Discord, which, by the way, we're friends with, and I like those people. Like, the people running the Magica Record Discord, I'm good friends with them, great people, but they're so big that once you get really, really big, at some point you can't really control everyone who is in that group. And once you get this big, you can't really stop people from having shit opinions, and shit opinions will just proliferate, right? So if the general opinion is that Wraith Arc isn't canon, or Scene 0 isn't canon, or we fucking hate them because they're not canon, you can't really do anything about that, and that's just gonna be the general opinion, right? So, yeah. Be really careful when you argue about canonicity for stuff like that. Some of them even go to Margaret ready to harass people. Yep, that kind of sucks. Some of them think it ruined Homura, or they hate Nagisa. Dude, there's people who think that Homura doing what she did at the end of Rebellion was out of character. What Homura did at the end of Rebellion was the most in-character thing that Homura could have ever done. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we need to redo our team, because this is not doing it anymore, because yeah, we die. We actually just fucking die at this point. So wait, what did she say? I wasn't listening. I have to fight. That's what she said. I will continue fighting, is what she said. I'll go. This fight is for the sake of Madoka, is what she said. Okay, I'm trying to learn Japanese while I'm doing all of this. We need to get Pluvia in here. Yes, let's go. Okay, that was, you did not need me to translate that one. I think this. Do we need to keep Ren? Probably. I mean, I like her. I just like her. Then you kind of understand what they say. Yeah, I kind of understand most of what they're saying. Who you want me to go? Okay, there was one word I didn't understand, but she was talking about her new colored pencil. I think she's saying that she likes her new colored pencil or something like that. Which, by the way, was a reference to her side story in Manga Record, where Rika gives her new pencils, and Ren is like, "I love you, please marry me." Rika, okay, she didn't say that, but basically it's kind of the idea behind that. What do we use here? I think we're fine with this. Yeah, that's good enough. It's Homura is obsessed with Homura in the story, right? You mean obsessed with Madoka? Don't worry. End of Rebellion really changed. I kind of wish they accepted a fate and became some time police magical girl god. I'm not sure how that works. Can't just reset the same thing twice. Ash is a great character to practice Japanese with. Yeah, damn right. Hold up. I had to quickly do some stuff. Okay, so yeah, this team should be fine. I wasn't really paying attention much to what we actually need. I think we need Dark and Light or something. Yeah, Dark and Light, whatever, good enough. The fan base is somehow split. Homoda's actually in rebellion somehow. The reason why the fan base is split because of the end of Rebellion is because there's so many characters, so many people who didn't quite understand what Rebellion was trying to tell them about both Homuda's character and Madoka's situation. I'm not gonna go into this in detail right now because I need to keep reading chat because I think I missed some messages in chat. Homuda was never a good person, only in the first few timelines. Depends on how you define good person, because I would argue that Homuda has always been a good person and still is. Yeah, Ashley, the thing about Ashley is that she has English lines, of course, in English, but the weird part is when Ashley came to Japan, like the Japanese version, I mean, like because after the English version died, they added her to the Japanese version. And in the Japanese version, she actually did speak Japanese entirely, which is weird. Just let her keep her English voices. Like, why did they specifically make her record Japanese voice lines for Japan? Just let her keep the English voices. Like, why not? Oh, any magic goes that violates time Homuda goes and stops them from getting a time paradox. She would not have been happy with Rion. We'll give a panda. Do you know Rion's story in a manga record? Tell me. Do you know Rion's story in manga record? You got married in manga depot? Yeah, they are indeed married. Yeah. Stick around until after 40 then dip? Yeah, that's fine. Don't want to spoil too many people. Why attack portrait on Kirika though? Did I? Holy shit, did I give her attack portrait? You know, shit happens. Don't worry about it. I was just going by the image and thought that was the image of the defense portrait. Shit happens, you know. Whatever, man. Shit happens, man. Can I keep Mami alive in this fight? Just kill enemies faster. You know, whenever people die, just kill enemies faster. It's fine. I would call oneself one demon. I just do not count. Or who would call himself one demon? People like Homuda. I think Homuda calling herself a demon was not just to be edgy. It actually made a lot of sense. I'm going to talk about it in a second. Yuna calls herself a demon. Yuna is a demon. Yuna very much is a demon. So she doesn't even need to like lie or anything. It would be funny if Ashley interacted with the other girls but no one can understand each other. That would be funny. Wrong. And bonk. 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 Rubia being a healer, that would be interesting. Why not? What's the level of my defender? This defender is A4? No, A3. She's A3, so she's not A4 yet, sadly. Despia's giving us breakers. Isn't call herself dumb? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna give my opinions about the end of Rebellion because of course I have to. So here's the thing about Rebellion and why I think it sparked so much controversy among people. I think there's very much a very good reason behind everything that Homuda did at the end. Not because, oh my god, I like Homuda, he's a defender. Is I'm trying to see it from the view of the writer, like why did someone make a story like this? And once you try to think about everything making sense in a way, you can kind of piece together something really important. So when you see a story in front of you, you can try to like fit it into your own view, and it might not work, right? You might think to yourself, oh, this doesn't really apply to, this doesn't really match with what I think this story should be. I think this story should be this and this and that, okay? And then when the story is different, you go, this is not what I wanted, so I guess it doesn't make sense. It's very easy to say this doesn't make sense just because it didn't line up with what you wanted. And instead, I was thinking to myself, let's just assume everything makes sense, okay? You start with the idea, everything makes sense. And then you ask yourself, how? How does everything make sense if I just assume everything does make sense? It's a really roundabout way of saying, just put some fucking faith in the writer, okay? Just put some fucking faith in the writer, okay? And specifically the point that I want to get to is if you search for a reason why Homura did what she did, is you can search for foreshadowing and additional pieces of evidence that lead to what happened at the end of Rebellion. And the number one piece of evidence that comes in is the flower field scene. Everyone knows the flower field scene where Homura and Madoka are talking on that flower field, and Madoka is trying to braid Homura's hair again, which is basically like metaphorical for turning her back into her innocent self. But of course, Homura cannot turn into her innocent self again because she has lost her innocence in a way. So, that aside, the important part is the following. Why does Homura come to the conclusion that she needs to do what she did at the end of Rebellion? And the reason she comes to the conclusion is because of the flower field scene. Because in that scene, Homura says that originally when Madoka became a god, Homura thought that it would be okay because Madoka really wants this. Madoka really wants this, and she's fine, she's happy, she's great, everything is fine, right? That's what Homura thought. That this is the best outcome for everyone involved, including Madoka. That this would not be a big burden on Madoka. But in the flower field theme, in the flower field scene, Homura finds out that Madoka might not actually be in the best spot. Now, people like to debate this fact. They like to say that, oh, the Madoka that we see in that scene is not Madoka as she was at the end of the 12 episodes, okay? This is the Madoka without her, all of her different experiences that she's made throughout the 12 episodes of Madoka Mágica. And that is true. That is not as she's supposed to be in this place. This is supposed to be the Madoka as she is at the start of a cycle, right? So at the start of a cycle, you basically take a Madoka, plop her right on the flower field scene, right next to Homura, and she's talking to Homura about her ideals. And Homura asks her, hey, if you were to be separated from all your friends and family for some really important reason, would you do it? And Madoka says, no, I would never want to do that, ever, because that would be so terrible for me personally to be separated from my friends and family forever. It would be like torture to me. But if the reason for it was important enough, I would sacrifice myself for it. I would do it regardless. So that's basically what Homura sees, is that Homura thought that Madoka was fine, that she was not suffering, that she was doing okay being part of the law of cycles. But after asking this question, Homura realizes, wait a second, Madoka is not actually fine, she's suffering. She's suffering, you may like 100,000 times resist, I've played that, great game. She's suffering as part of the law of cycles, but she's bearing with it because she knows how important it is for everyone on this planet that the law of cycles stays intact. So she has made herself suffer for all eternity because she knows how important the law of cycles is for everyone, and she wants to do everything she can to make sure it is intact. That's the idea. And once Homura realizes this, she hatches a plan. Homura hatches the plan to say, I need to find a way to get Madoka to stop suffering. But at the same time, I know how much the law of cycle means to not just her, but everyone. So I need to find a way to get her out of the law of cycles without breaking the law of cycles. That's basically the plan that Homura hatches in her brain at that point, once she realizes that yes, Madoka is suffering. And to me, I don't think it's up for debate that Madoka is suffering. People like to somehow argue that, oh, because this isn't the Madoka of how she was at the end of episode 12, that her saying that she would suffer is not real anymore. That's not the fucking point. The point is that at the end of the 12 episodes, Madoka realizes that there is something worth sacrificing herself for, but she is still sacrificing herself for it. She is still making a sacrifice, okay? People need to understand it. Madoka is sacrificing herself, giving up her personal well-being for the sake of everyone. because of everything that she has seen in those 12 episodes, right? But she's still suffering, and Homura realizes that. And after Homura realizes that, she hatches that plan, and then at the end of Rebellion, she has seemingly found a way, don't ask me about exactly how, because magic and shit, but she's found a way to somehow take Madoka out of the law of cycles without breaking the law of cycles. And this is another important thing. As far as we know, the law of cycles isn't broken. As far as we know, the law of cycles is intact, right? The law of cycles should still be working the exact same way it did before. The magic level of Kirika, it's level 120. 120 rocks not. So it should still be intact, and Homura even says, I need someone else now. If it's not Madoka, I need someone else to keep a watch on the law of cycles. And she chose Kyubey. So, law of cycles is still intact, but it's now being recited over by Kyubey. And Madoka is instead now a real human again. So she basically removed Madoka from law of cycles, real human again. But Kyubey is now watching over law of cycles. That's basically how Homura rewrote the universe, in a way. So now in the new universe, Homura has brought some dead people back to life. She has made sure that that Madoka is a normal person again, and Kyubey is fucked. So that's basically the state of the new universe. And here's the point. Why does Homura call herself a demon and evil? And she says it herself. The reason she calls herself a demon and evil is because what she did was overthrow God, basically. So there was a divine order ordained by God, which in this case is Madoka. So there was this divine order ordained by Madoka, and Homura said, that's not good enough, because in order to ordain this divine order, Madoka has to suffer. There's, I think, a French story about how there's this perfect utopia, but in order for this perfect utopia to work, there's one little kid, one little boy, who is locked up in a basement somewhere and he gets tortured 24/7, and that boy's torture fuels the utopia. And you need to ask yourself, is it okay to have a utopia if one little boy gets tortured? And that's basically what happened here. It's like Madoka gets tortured for all eternity for everyone to be happy. And Homura says, no, I will overthrow that order and yank Madoka out of that and make sure the law of cycle somehow stays safe, just so that Madoka can live again. And other people don't like that, because, of course, just like the fans themselves, Sayaka says, how can you guarantee the law of cycles is safe? How can you guarantee that? Right? Sayaka is like, Madoka guaranteed the law of cycle is safe. How can you guarantee that? And Sayaka is furious at that, because Sayaka believes that even if there's just a 1% chance, even if there's just a 0.1% chance that the law of cycles is not intact, that Homura has to pay for it. And that's why Sayaka is very much against it. So that's the entire point of the entire ending of Rebellion. And why I think Homura did what she did. I need a drink. Holy shit, I went for one forever. How's Madoka being tortured? Is it torture being separated from everyone? Basically. So Madoka says that she is someone who loves her friends and family so much that being away from them would be like a really deep pain on her. I don't know exactly what she said, but she basically said that she would never be able to make that choice of being away from everyone else, because she just loves her friends and family so much that she couldn't bear to be away from them. And then Homura realizes, wait, this is the real core of Madoka, that Madoka could not bear to be separated from her friends and family. But I know she made that choice at the end of episode 12. And now I know that the reason why she made that choice is because of how important the law of cycles is to everyone, that she was willing to make that sacrifice. A lot of people use Sayaka to paint Homura evil, ignoring the fact that Sayaka's main character flaw is how that she consistently makes everyone makes incorrect assumptions. Yes! People are like, Sayaka hates Homura, so she must be right. Except Sayaka is basically never right, ever, in the entirety of Madoka Magica. Sayaka is like the #1 most wrong person all the time. Can you appreciate the small detail in Rebellion where Madoka had the yellow ribbon on the timeless? Was Homura still has the red one? Yep. Pretty good details. Anyway, I haven't read chat in like 10 minutes. Let me scroll up a little and see what I've seen. Vampire Fungal! I don't think Madoka was lying to her about no one to be banned here either. Yep. Okay, how much have I missed? Yeah, I don't know how the fanbase is split on Homura's actions at yet. Like, you have to not have... The only way you're split, or like, you don't understand why Homura did what she did at the end of Rebellion, or if you think that was somehow out of character, or she became crazy somehow, is if you didn't understand what Rebellion was telling you. Like, at all. Everything just went straight over your head. If you think that somehow was out of character for her. I still haven't changed the attack point when killing comes, so I'm gonna change it afterwards. What else do we have? Do you think I should get Iroha A5, Tsuruno A2, or Felicia A2? If you're doing PvP, probably Felicia A2. It's not that important though. Tsuruno A2 might be important if you actually use Tsuruno. If you don't actually use Tsuruno on your teams, Tsuruno A2 is not that important. But if you play PvP, then Felicia might be interesting. You see me gone in the garden instead of humans protecting Cuba, because someone Cuba can bring back Monica, I think, not sure. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen in the 4th movie. Like, the 4th movie is gonna go completely crazy, probably. I think Homura and Madoka were enemies, like, on a conceptual level, on an ideological level. On an ideological level, Madoka and Homura have always been enemies. I don't think that has ever changed. Like, it didn't take Rebellion to make the two ideologically opposed to each other. They were already ideologically opposed in the original anime. I don't want another movie, because Rebellion's story was perfect. I don't know whether I can top it or even match it. Exactly my thought. I wouldn't say that the story couldn't continue from here. I just don't think that it's possible that after this many years they're gonna be able to deliver something of the same level of quality as Rebellion. Like, I just straight up think the level of quality is not gonna be there. So I think they shouldn't have made it about Rising at all. Because now people, when they think about Madoka Magica, they're gonna be like, oh, you mean the thing that ended with that shit movie? You know, like with Game of Thrones, no one remembers the good parts of Game of Thrones anymore. Everyone just remembers that that game died, that series died in a fucking fire. And I feel like, well, Pokemon Rising could be the same, that everyone's gonna remember that it died in a fire instead of all the good parts. Kinda sad. By the way, hello Tea and Sweets. We were talking about Rebellion because it was brought up and I just wanted to. So mine was disagreeing with me, but I didn't have the time to read. I'm really sorry. She may not have married, but she's still Madoka. Yeah. Oh, I think you were agreeing with me because I said that was different. Yeah. Yeah, she may not have her memories, but she's still Madoka. That's kind of the point. That the Madoka in the flower field scene was still the core of Madoka. That was still Madoka. Even without her memories, that was still Madoka. People kind of want to discredit that without the memories of those 12 episodes, she's not Madoka. As if the entire core of her being has somehow changed. She's... Whoops, that was the wrong button. Because that was different now. Yeah. Rebellion's like the natural progression from his character. Exactly. I only want movie 4 because I want to see more animation budget. It's probably gonna look sick, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of torn on movie 4, to be fair. Yeah. And of course, she didn't want to make Homura cry. Homura's cried more than enough. She can handle crying a bit more. It's fine. The biggest thing, Homura's wish didn't become true till then. That's kind of up for debate. What Homura's wish even was supposed to mean, to be fair. Does Homura herself even know what the point of her wish even was, like, until now? Because it kind of keeps continuing. Like, what her wish means kind of keeps continuing. I'm gonna go still safe. Yeah, I think that in Rebellion, as far as the movie presents it, like, I'm not gonna argue about what might happen in the future in, like, movie 4 or whatever, but at least as far as Rebellion shows it, Rebellion shows the law of cycles intact in the new universe. Of course, it's possible that now with the next movie they're gonna say actually there's something wrong because they need the story to continue, because if everything's perfect then of course the story can't continue, so something has to happen basically. But yeah. Meme Oshino, I have a solution that will make everyone equally miserable. I love Meme. We need more Monogatari. Yeah. Is Wraithworld really at Utopia? I don't think a Utopia can exist in the rule set of Madoka Magica. How would you rate, by the way, I'm really sorry that I'm only getting to all these messages right now, I'm doing backlog because I've been ranting for like 15 minutes and didn't reach out and all of that. How would you rate Alina gameplay wise? As far as breakers go, she might be my second favorite breaker now after Pluvia. But the thing is, Pluvia is just so overpowered. Like if you already have like an A4 Pluvia, there's like not really any point to have Alina at all. But if you don't have a Pluvia, or you need someone specifically for AoE, or specifically for Void Element, then Alina is really good. Like I like Alina, she's fine. It's just that Pluvia is overpowered. Like Pluvia is just overpowered thing. That's just the way it is. I always hated how Psycho's mean was. I always hated how mean Psycho was to Homura for no reason at sometimes. I understand, but I also think it's important. I think Sayaka's dynamics are really important to the to Madoka Magica, because you need someone to fan the fires of conflict. Of course, it's annoying if it happens for no reason all the time, but even so, a story usually becomes better if there's more differing opinions and more differing viewpoints that keep clashing against each other. And Sayaka kind of is the point. Like the main reason Sayaka exists is to have someone who becomes victimized by the system and then lashes out at everyone around her and creates conflict through that. Right? You have so she fulfills multiple roles at once, but it's kind of important to a character that that's the way she acts. So I don't have a problem with that specifically. You think it seems to be important in the future of the franchise? Probably not, but it's not impossible. It could be. Is it right for another person to decide for me? If you're trying to defend Madoka's, you also need to defend Homura. Because here's the thing, you can say, oh, but Homura, what she did was against Madoka's will at the end of Rebellion. Like she forced Madoka into that at the end of Rebellion. But here's the counter argument that I don't think anyone has ever been able to counter after I brought it up, which is, isn't that exactly what Madoka did to Homura at the end of episode 12, where Homura was like, I don't want this, please don't do this, I've dedicated my entire life to saving you, please don't throw your life away now and sacrifice yourself to become a god. And Madoka is like, yeah, well, this is really important. And then Madoka became a god and made her wish. You can argue all you want about how Homura went against Madoka's wishes and Homura forced Madoka to accept her reality at the end of Rebellion. But Madoka did the same to Homura. She did. And there's not an I don't think there's a counter argument to that, because it is the truth. Is there a reason to use Sayaka in this game if you have Kirika and Sana? Kirika is just really good. No, the main reason to use Sayaka is because her counterattack increases the damage you do, so you could use her for increasing your damage. And on Chaos Boss 2, the second Chaos Boss gets specifically weakened stats the more debuffs he has. So you actually need Sayaka to give him a debuff. So that's kind of what you need Sayaka for. But outside of that, it's just you do more damage because of Sayaka's debuff. Yeah, Cooper would have destroyed the law of science if Homura did nothing. Possibly. We don't know for certain, but it's possible. Fourth movie's gonna be extremely chaotic? Probably. What's up with Alina being so good? She breaks so fast. Yeah, Alina's just Alina. I do think they're gonna end it with this movie, but not permanently. It's gonna be like an ending of Rebellion where it looks like an ending, but theoretically they could continue if they want to, you know? Hope we can get more Mabi in the future. Absolutely. Can all the girls in the next movie get a happy ending, please? I hope they don't. This might be, I don't know if this is a controversial, I think it's a controversial thing to say. I think it's a hot take. I think just purely because of the type of story that Madoka Magica is, I don't think Madoka Magica is the type of story that should have a happy ending. I think that would be kind of disingenuous to what a Madoka Magica is if it just had a happy ending. I think a bittersweet ending is like perfect. Like, I think the ending to Rebellion was like the perfect in tone. Like, in tone, most characters are happy, someone is unhappy, but maybe they can be happy again in the future. That's basically the ending of Rebellion, right? Everyone is happy except Homura, who is kind of fucked, and who knows, but maybe she can find happiness in some way in the future. So tone-wise, I think the ending of Rebellion is about the same tone as the ending of Rapuge's Nacht Rising should have. Right? Reverse Unicard, yeah. Everyone is stuck in Light Week, just replace running with Mobby, you think it would clear much faster. Now that we're getting to the hard part, by the way, everything until now was the easy part. Now it's the hard part. Now it's the actual hard part. Now we're actually making sure that we have a good lineup, so now I'm gonna put Mobby in there probably. Because we need to do AoE damage, I think, and we're gonna need to use this. This, and then... Yeah, we love sad and bittersweet endings. Can we get an LRC for 40? LRC. Lowest something clear? Lowest resource clear? Is that what you mean, Uni Dragon? Because the problem about lowest resource clear is that every one of my characters is like really highly invested in, and I can't take that investment out anymore. Like that, I can't take the investment away, so it's really hard to do that. Low rarity clear. Oh. Maybe at some point in which I can check it out if I can somehow make it work, but I don't know. Monica is always self-sacrificial. Yeah, people kind of gloss over this too easily. Is this better than my record? Aquamarine, in my opinion, it is. Gameplay-wise. Gameplay-wise, I think it's better than my record. Story-wise, it's hard to tell because most of the stories so far have been retellings. But it seems fine. Like, I would say overall, this is better than my record. Yeah, but yeah, people kind of gloss over this, but Madoka is kind of suicidal. People say, okay, she's self-sacrificial, but that's just another way of saying she's suicidal, but gives a good reason for it. But she's still suicidal, like people kind of forget about this. She's basically on suicide watch all the time, because whenever she sees anything that she can throw her life away for, she's like, oh my god, I got to kill myself for something good, let me do it immediately. She would like jump off a cliff if someone told her it would save a puppy, right? Like, oh, this puppy right here is in really bad shape, but if you jump off this cliff right now and kill yourself, this puppy will be saved. And Madoka would go, I guess I can finally be useful because I'm so useless. That's kind of what Madoka is like as a character. People kind of forget about this a lot when they kind of talk about how evil it is for Homura to save Madoka against her wish. But the thing is, you kind of have to save suicidal people against their wish. They need some Expedition 33. Don't I know about Expedition 33? Yeah. Well, welcome everyone who's in the stream and who's in the meantime. How is everyone doing? Game resources are very limited. Right now they are, but the thing is, at the beginning of Black Record, the resources were even more limited. Yeah, they kept the Madoka safe. Madoka sacrificed her soul knowingly multiple times for a cat. Jesus Christ. I think they'll ever release a new Kyoko that aren't 5 stars. They absolutely will. I just don't know when. Well, suicide goes in serious. Sadly, yes. I've asked this multiple times. Like, so I have in the past, of course, been talking to people who have argued that Homura was not just arguably, like maybe in the wrong at the end of Rebellion, was definitely wrong, 100% wrong at the end of Rebellion, and they didn't mean it like as a meme, like haha, Homura definitely wrong, but they were like really angry about the end of Rebellion. We're like, well, how could Homura do something like that? How can you go against someone else's wishes like that? And I asked him a simple question, like, if one of your best friends was suicidal and was about to kill themselves, and you had to stop them, and they kept telling you, but I want to kill myself, would you stop them against their will? Even if they gave you a really good reason as to why they wanted to do it, would you stop them against their will? And they didn't respond to me with that. They just kind of blocked me. They just blocked me and moved on. They didn't want to talk to me anymore after I asked them that. But I feel like the answer to that would have been really interesting to ask people. Like, if you think that what Homura at the end of Rebellion, like if like if her going against Madoka's wishes was wrong, you need to have an answer to the question I just asked. Iroha kicks a pebble. Hell yeah, 7 years worth of side story. Yep. That's what happened. Yep, exactly, Professor Charlie. Madoka thinks it's the right thing to do. We all know it isn't. There are people who do know resuscitate? I don't think that's how it works. I wasn't even paying attention to the game. What are we doing? Yeah, my video is going to be starting at the end of the month. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be so good. Isn't my record this called Iroha when you have presented the idea? Yeah? Iroha's an idiot, to be fair. I bet I was one of the people who was a bit angry at the end of Rebellion since I wondered why Homer didn't just accept Madoka. Yeah, because Madoka would have suffered forever. It was the right thing to do. Like, this is the thing about the ending as well. Like, what Homoda did was still the right thing to do. But Homoda knew that everyone would hate her for it, even though it's the right thing to do. And that's why she talked the way she did. Like, Homoda was very much like, I know people are gonna hate me for this. I know everyone will hate me for this. She basically looked at everyone and said, like, Kyoko, Sayaka, Mami, like, everyone, you guys are gonna hate me for this. But it has to be done. And she's right. She's right, it had to be done. Yeah, Kyuubi could have tried the same trick again with someone else. His Madoka would have not been so fortunate. Yep. I think Iroha's very smart. Only because the story like argues that she should be, even though I don't think she should be. Even Evangelion comes to mind with that final movie releasing 10 years after the previous. It was a great film. Man, Evangelion is its own kind of worms. Bonus turn. Just the only one who could save the faction leaders. The problem that I see with talking about manga record story is that it's very obvious that the story is repeatedly bending itself to be more in line with Iroha as a character. Like, the story repeatedly gives Iroha a right of way, basically, and gives her plot armor repeatedly. And it's very obvious that that's what's happening. So this is why I can't really take it that seriously. I'm not gonna argue against that, by the way. Like, I don't really care too much about manga record story, to be fair. Like, Iroha makes wrong choices, like choices that, if you take everything that you know into account, should be wrong choices, and doesn't get punished for it, ever. So, yeah, I can't take this seriously. When it cares about others, she puts herself down. What? She puts them above her, which is why Homoda fell in love with her. Yeah, it's interesting, I remember, yeah. Madoka from Teemo. I wouldn't call her that, to be fair. What VPN can I use to play etc? I'm going to trip to one. I want to play etc. I'm done. It's kind of complicated because it's not that simple as just naming a VPN and going with it, because you need to do some really crazy shit. If you go to the etc. Discord and then go to the etc. help channel, there should be a message pinned to the top of etc. help channel that tells you how to do it. Also, I don't know how to do it on an iPhone anyway, because iPhone is its own kind of worms too. Don't underestimate me. What? When do you think they will for real cease to Infinite Iroha? I have no idea. Yeah, like, there's some really crazy shit you have to do with iPhone anyway. Like, I wouldn't know. Time to break, everyone! I've seen Arc 2, yeah. I haven't seen all of Arc 2 either, like, which is why I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm mostly gonna ignore that. A monk. From a dark region. Really? I see what you mean. Can you foresee man? Austin is gonna be so good. Speed up. Only 3 stacks so far. Dang, we're looking good. Sorry, we don't have any MP. Okay, we get it back to this one. We've him to Canada and work sometimes. That might work, yeah. What are you talking about? Sorry. Bonus turn. Awesome. Good. Let me hit over here as well. You just got here. I'm a first tangle. Nice. Nice. Hi, welcome, Luca. Yeah, she's pretty good. Alina is really nice. Okay, we got one. Good. Bonus turn is really good because now we get the skill points. Yeah, it also adds our death fuck. Yeah, behind blue we are about best. My opinion, yes. I think it's good for changing Giovanni to Double of Silence. Giovanni was always a Double of Silence. Or do you mean like they changed the name? I don't know why they even changed the name in the first place. Like, why was it not Giovanni in etc. at first? I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of sad as well that Alina was a breaker instead of, you know, as you all thought, an attacker. It would have made more sense. Like, lore-wise and kit-wise and everything-wise, it just would have made way more sense. Yeah, they went into Crystalias. I don't know why they did that, but then they changed it back again, so I guess it was a mistake? I don't know. You just removed your debuffs? What about that? Yeah, we don't have time for this. This. Whoops, I didn't want me to do that when I wanted to use her thing. No! Eh, whatever. Bunk. Alina is fantastic. I love her. That's a lot of damage. Okay, we've done it. That took a while, but we have indeed done it. Yeah, and then what kid made everyone believe that Alina was going to be forest, because it just would have made sense. Because why would you make a forest support when there are no forest DPS in the game, and the very next character after has always been a forest character and is known for poison, which is a forest ailment. And then they just went like, but what if we just don't? Now the new towers. Oh yeah. Oh, it's the Amos. Right, they were Amos. West of the Seance tablet. They dropped Amos. On taking this wonderful follow-up attack? 3 times is what is moved. Certain returns. What? They're anti-follow-up attacks. Damn. I don't have enough follow-up attacks for that. No force, no DPS. Yeah. I don't know why they were doing what they did. By the way, about my future plans. I've talked about this before in a video before this, or in a stream before this, but about what I wanted to be doing with this channel in the future. So I'm currently building up my rep, but I'm also learning Japanese and I'm doing other stuff. I'm still working full time, but my idea is that once my channel gets a little bit bigger, I'm going to be streaming other stuff, not just etc. stuff, because I want to be doing a lot more than just etc. And the thing that I'm going to be doing, probably for the main part, is Toho. I'm going to be doing a lot of Toho stuff as well. but I don't know when I'm gonna be going further into the tour stuff. Who knows when that will be? But it is on the horizon. I will be doing that. And that will be one of the main future parts of this channel. I think we do this. Noise. We need some skill points. Nice. Oh no, they entered the etc. help thing. You mean the etc. channel? In the etc. Discord. If you just Google etc. Discord, the Discord should come. Don't we have cutaway? Yeah. Nice. Guys, we could have gotten almost another special in the meantime, but Jesus. Dang, they're just getting smacked. They can't do shit. What are they gonna do to me? Light damage? Come on, that is nothing. Another break immediately? Jesus Christ, these guys can't do anything. Yeah, H.O. Ren would be insane against these guys, but it also doesn't matter that much because the only thing I'm taking away is their bonus turns, right? It's just the bonus turns. Increases attack. Yeah. Increases attack. Greatly affect the boss and debuffs used on self. Like, I guess these effects aren't that important to get rid of. So it's not that bad. There we go. Easy. That was so easy. I think we can do it on auto battle. And you know what? I'm so confident we can do this on auto battle that I will take a piss. It's gonna be perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Are they dead yet? Oh, they're still alive? Jesus Christ. If you asked all the unit would be grass attack, that's possible. Wait, something happened to the chat. I think my chat broke. Wait a minute.
届いて。誰も呪わなくていい。
Don't tell me. Hello.
私が全部受け止めるから。行きますよ。
Yeah, something happened to my multi-chat.
それ。おっとと。なんとかやりましたね。
Oh, that's not the way it should have been.
そこ。行くわ。集中砲火。
What? Look at this.
一人で十分よ。逃がさない。
What?
こんな手もあり
I
ませ
think
ん。
my multi-chat is broken. It's not showing my lines anymore. Your stuff, your lines in chat anymore.
避けられないわよ。
Oh man, that's not very nice.
ここで決めるわよ。
Momoko here is kind of the ultimate attacker because Void or no Forest have a 5-star attacker. That is very true. That is very true. I do have an A5 Momoko, so it's very easy.
速攻で型をつけよう。
Hi Marceline, you were doing Nightmare Chairperson which the other day can say without a doubt I'm the #1 enemy. They are more annoying than the boss, to be honest. They have the capability to be annoying as fuck. Yeah, that is true. Maybe thanks to Mabi nearly deals as much damage as someone with A5. I wouldn't go that far, but Mabi has a really good way of increasing people's damage.
集中砲火。
So what else can I do?
お願い。続けていくわ。
That ain't it, Chief. I need to someone fix my multi-chat. So the thing is, I have a plugin on my OBS that shows multi-chat with both Twitch and YouTube because I want to make sure that I don't. This is actually very important. I didn't do it specifically because of this, but just recently there was a message that went out from Twitch that basically said, hey, if you're multi-streaming, you have to make sure that first off, you have the same streaming settings for both YouTube and Twitch, or like all of your outputs at once, so that Twitch doesn't get a worse output than others, which is indeed what I'm doing, that everyone gets the same output, no worries about that. But also that you're not like making sure that one chat gets more attention than one other chat, because it would be unfair if Twitch chat got less attention than YouTube chat, for example. So I'm combining everything into one chat and showing it up here on my camera. I'm not showing it on stream, by the way, but I'm seeing it up here. But that chat plugin that I'm using to combine YouTube and Twitch only gets like half of all YouTube messages, so I think I've missed like half of all YouTube messages since the stream started, and I'm really sorry about that. Did I get Alina? I didn't get Alina. How is it not showing? I need to do something like that. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. How to fix the multi-chat. Because that can't be right. TikTok chat. Why is TikTok chat here but not YouTube chat? There is something really bad on YouTube chat. I don't know why. Stuck on Italy and Tower. Italy isn't in Tower. So I don't know what to mean. It's gotta be someone else. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna get a different Twitch OBS plugin for my multi-chat, because this multi-chat's not working. Streamer.bot. Okay, maybe that one. Vampire Fungal! Supercharge your live stream. That sounds good. I don't know what exactly this thing is. What even is that thing? I'm doing some live fixing right now. Hopefully this works. Oh my god. Where's the thing? Where's it? Streamer. Oh, there you go. Maybe I can fix it live while doing all this. Mommy, yeah, he's insane. Hold up, I need to. I'm really sorry, YouTube chat. I'm gonna get to your message in a second. Don't worry about it. I'm trying to fix it. I'm fixing it. Don't worry about it. I'm fixing it. Oh god, what is this? Import? Wait, no, not this. Oh my god, what is this? Oh god, no, this is not it. Okay, I think I got it. I do this. Okay, I think I got that one. Doing that my chat was news the other day. Okay, yeah. My chat is fucked right now. Oh my god. Hey, welcome to stream by the way, Lamodix and everyone else. Don't worry, even if Mabuyu dies, her spirit lives on and she's gonna be back. She's gonna be back, don't worry about it. Okay, 44, we're almost there. We're almost there. Oh. Okay, is this gonna work? Send to all, send to selected. There's no way this just works, right? Oh my god, it just works! Holy shit! That's insane! Oh my god, I'm gonna put this over here. Oh my god, shit just works! The chat works again? Oh my god, the chat works again. This is... Oh my god, I think my chat works. I've missed at least half of all messages in this stream so far, and I'm really fucking sorry about that. But at least from now on, I have a different plugin now for multi-chat that hopefully catches every single message and doesn't for some reason decide to only get me half of them. And it's, by the way, not that they only got me like the YouTube top chat, because on YouTube you have top chat and you have live chat. And live chat is all messages, but top chat is only like messages that the YouTube algorithm decides are good messages, which sucks. But it's not even that. It's even less messages than top chat. So I don't know what the fuck the old plugin was doing, but now I should be able to actually see all of your fucking messages. Jesus Christ. So yeah, welcome as well, T and Sweet. I know we've been talking a lot, but I have not seen many of this. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I hope you forgive me. And everyone else in the stream as well. Is Mabuyu canon? Probably. I would say she is, but you know what? Purists will argue against you, so be careful. She hasn't appeared anywhere else because Season 0 is basically the newest Madoka related media. So that makes sense. Like after Season 0, the only other piece of Madoka media that came out after that is like Etc. And Etc also has Season 0, so she's too little to be fake. Yeah, no, Mabuyu is absolutely canon in my book. It's just that purists will argue against it. When enemy reaches the max weight bonus, the A4 attacker gain a turn only one time per cycle. Yep. So A4 attacker is really, really good. Just generally. Because you just keep getting bonus turns after bonus turns after bonus turns, and it gives you so much. Keep in mind, when an attacker gets a bonus turn, they also get to get more MP. Because for every turn an attacker gets, they can get more MP, and more MP means more specials. And more specials means a crap ton of more damage during the enemy break. That's really, really good. So generally, every attacker that has A4, in my opinion, is better than every attacker that doesn't have A4. Like, I think an A4 Yachio or an A4 Momoko is probably better than like an A0 Homura. I would think so. Easily. Because A4 just does that much. Yeah, you can even use them to gain MP if you SP if you want to. Yeah, no, Mabuyu in my book is absolutely, not just in my book, I think Mabuyu is intended to be canon. It's just that there are so many people who argue that, oh, I don't like Scene 0 because it feels kind of weird to go through the same cycles again, but different, right? So people are gonna argue that because it's weird, it shouldn't be canon, but that's just such a weird way of arguing that because it's weird it shouldn't be. Like, no, not at all. Isabel, my bad, artist switch. So I'm really sorry, by the way, Marceline as well. I was moving some chat stuff around, so I didn't really see the messages in time. But yeah, Marceline, you want to ask about Isabel, artist switch. Artist switch, I think, was really important to kill the ads really fast. Isabel is one of those witches where you kind of need to just have characters that fit really well with the boss. Like, you need to just have characters that do really well at killing the ads fast, like for example a Homura, because I think the ads are dark weak, meaning if you have a Homura, because she's dark, she kills the ads really fast, right? So generally I would look to make sure you have an attacker who is of the correct element, but other than that, if you don't have a character that is able to deal the right amount of damage to the ads of Isabel, then you might have to just eat the loss and come back stronger next time, because the idea of the tower is that you don't need to clear it every single time. You can just use the weeks between towers to get stronger and then come back stronger next time. That said, I don't really know many other tips for artist, but you can check on the Discord. So if you go to the etc Discord, you can go to the channel. It's called etc Tower. So we have an etc Tower channel on the etc Discord, and there you should be able to ask for additional help, and you can like post the characters that you have, and with the characters that you have, people will probably be able to figure out some sort of strategy that hopefully works for you. A4 buffers are also huge. Yep. So we need, what do we need? Dark again? No, we need Void, Fire, and Forest. That's okay. Because S, okay, it's not an A5 Momoko, sorry, it's an A4 Momoko. Okay, we use this. Hello, long press. Why is long press not working? Come on. Am I stupid? No, that's good enough. We're not going to waste another one of this. That's all 10. I'm not going to use all 10 on those. Especially because we need one of those on Mommy. Long press is not working. Why is long press not working right now? What the fuck? By the way, if you're wondering why so many whales have really high like power rating on their team, where they have like 75,000 power rating or something, it's because of special levels. This one special level gave me 370 power. 370 power just from a single special level. You get so goddamn fucking much power level from upgrading special, it's insane. That's why they have so much power level. When you get A5 mummy, I got another mummy today. And when I did this off screen, but between streams I rolled for Nemu, and while I was rolling for Nemu I just got 2 mummies in 50 rolls. Like in 50 rolls I got 2 mummies, so that was pretty good. Okay, I don't think we go single target. Nah, single target is... We need AoE still. Yeah, we'd go Alina on this one. You just streaming Nemu? Yeah, sadly I did get a stream. I did not stream Nemu, sadly. My rolls for that. Right? Did I stream when I got Nemu? I don't think I did. Did I? I don't think I did. Wait, did I? Wait, I don't think I did. Did I? Wait, I don't think I did. I was stuck in a loop. I don't remember. Did I? I did do a stream when I got Nemu. Wait, was that the stream where I got... Did I get 2 mummies doing that? When did I get 2 mummies? I know it was recently. I know it was off stream and it was recently. I forgot when it was. Jesus, I don't know. I don't remember. My brain is full of holes. And yeah, I can tell, by the way, I'm getting way more messages in chat right now, which to me shows that before, I'm really sorry about this, like I'm really sorry. I used the OBS plugin that just shows your Twitch chat and your YouTube chat, and I thought that it would be fine until I just randomly checked my YouTube chat directly and noticed that there were so many messages I didn't see. And now I got a different plugin, and now I'm getting way more messages. So yeah, I guess that for some reason I just didn't get all the messages from YouTube. I'm really sorry about that, but now it should be fine again. I did miss a whole bunch. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, so now I think this should be fine. This activates? Yeah, this activates. Good. Alina, yay, let's go. This should be fine, by the way, because we have the fire DPS, we have a Void Breaker against AoE. So this is AoE, Void. AoE, Void, instant Alina, right? We got really lucky with that. We have Ren. Ren is really important against the horse, because I think it's the same horse as in Story, because Story horse gets weaker if it has an ailment on it. So let's see if that is indeed the case. That is not Story horse. That is not Story horse at all. Each time at least one damage taken from follow-up attack when not in break decreases the attack count of certain skills based on the number of damage was taken. Okay, no more times. Damage taken counts reset every 2 turns. It's the follow-up horse. It's the follow-up horse. Which one of the Magas would you pull if you had to choose one? Alina. Absolutely Alina. Holy pay to win. Yeah, it kind of is pay to win actually, because this is a follow-up attack, so you kind of need a Ren. So you kind of need a Ren for this at all. So light damage 10 times to random enemies. Attack count decreases based on number of follow-up attacks. 7 please reach for the turn. Light damage, light damage, light damage, light damage. As a shield. Okay, doesn't do that much. The only thing it really does is this big attack up here that gets weaker if you've dealt follow-up damage. That's about it. So you kind of need a Ren, because Ren is both Void, which is strong against this, but also has a crap ton of follow-up attacks. Right? So that's really good. So we're gonna get a shit ton of follow-up attacks against this one. Oh wait, oh, that's I see. Ooh. Good shot, good shot. Ooh. One mono wake. Wake basically in this case just means like I think I'll do one more. Ow. Why is Momoko not tanky? I can understand why Homura isn't tanky, right? Or why Yachio isn't tanky. Like they're all attackers, right? Attackers usually aren't that tanky, but Momoko is like a knight? She's like a knight? Why is she not tanky? Why is she squishy? That doesn't make sense. Bonk. That was not necessary. Yeah, attackers usually aren't tanky, but it would have made sense with Momoko at least. Give Momoko something to be good at, because Momoko's kind of terrible at everything right now. Give her at least one strength, please. Bonk. Yaremasu. The buffer specifically, she will say that is good. I can see that. I don't have a single target buff on this team, sadly, so I can't test it. Nah. I have all targets except Yoko. Yoko's pretty good for fire. But in my case, it's gotta be Momoko because she's A4. Isn't Yoko worse than Momoko? I don't think so. I think Yoko's better than Momoko in most cases. No, my Claire of Ski XP is 33. Tumbler is empty. Bunk. Bunk. I need a lot more special skill points. Pretty sure if I have MP recovery, you will get your ult in 2 skills. Absolutely. Or I could get her A2, because if you get her A2, her skill generates more MP. How is that not enough to get a special on Momoko? That is insane. I mean, look at this. 170, 108. This is insane. Absolutely insane.
いや続けます。
オリコの言った通りだ。
Yeah, I think we're fine on barrier.
つまんないからもうぐっちゃぐちゃ。
Nice.
なわけ。続けます。いい調子だな。
Oh, bonus turn. Please break something over here.
それ
Bam! That wasn't even a lot of damage. That wasn't even a lot of damage.
やれます。
I spent so much for that and it wasn't even that much damage.
続けます。攻め時だな。投げ払ってやる。
Come on, it's still alive? Pray those minions don't stun. I'm gonna be fine, don't worry about it. They're not gonna stun me ever.
絶好調よ。
Look at that, it's easy.
避けられないわよ。
Bit of wasting the match points, but fuck it.
ここで決めるわよ。ティローフィナーレ。
I think the main reason this minions are tanking is because it wants to make sure that you're using AoE attacks. Which I am using AoE attacks, but it's still taking a while.
攻め時だな。投げ払ってやる。それ。続けます。
For how much MP Momoko's special takes, it's insane that it doesn't do more damage.
やれるんです。
Like, don't get me wrong, it does a crap ton of damage, like it does more damage than most other characters at all,
続け
but
ま
it
す。
still should be more. For how much more MP it takes. Because it also takes way more MP than anyone
決
else.
めたんです。はっ。続けます。
オリコの言ったと速攻で型をつけよう。
Get the break boost 200 and you get SP plus 1 every time you attack an enemy. Every time? I thought it was just once.
投げ払ってやる。いい調
Bonus
子だな。
turn,
投げ払
nice.
ってやる。続けます。今がチャンスね。いや。
So it should give me 1 SP now?
続けま
It
す。
didn't?
はい。
Yeah, that didn't give me 1 extra SP. Yeah, I think that 1 extra SP only happens once. Yeah, I think it only happens the exact moment it gets broken. Right? Like I did not get 2 SP from that.
もっとやれるんです。続けます。
Nice. Yeah, it does it only once. That would be way too OP if she does it every time. Holy shit, would that be OP? Like
避け
insane.
られないわよ。
Yeah, once per enemy that gets max.
いいところを見せなきゃね。
続けます。 ここで決めるわよ。
Yeah, no worry.
続
I
けます。
wasn't sure about that either. With a new leather cover Mario Cap, the tower would be a little more easy. It would be a lot more easy. Like, it would be so much more easy. It would feel like trivial, probably. Because that's like kind of important for your most important characters. Like for your attacker, for example.
それ。つまんないから。もうぐっちゃぐちゃ。
Do you think you can account with a 5-star attacker, buff, breaker, healer, and defender, yet characters you don't like, should you suck up your pride and accept it? Yes. You should always just accept what you get and don't be mad about what you get.
今がチャン
Because
ス。
that just leads to...
避けられないわ
I guess just kind of not very good for your brain if you get mad at what you got. And you get angry that you didn't get something better. Like, you just gotta
続けます。
accept what you get. That's what I do as well. I got played Mario Record that way basically all the time. I was ready to accept not getting Alina today. I just got really lucky that I did. But I was fully ready to accept that I didn't get her today. And just move on without it.
続けます。全然大丈夫です。それ。今がチャンスね。避けられないわよ。続けます。ここで決めるわよ。
But yeah, President Alina really good on AoE scenarios. Like actually really good on AoE scenarios.
続けます。
Outside of that, Pluvia generally has better use in most cases. Okay, that thing is getting destroyed now.
避けられないわよ
Is Alina usable at PvP? Absolutely.
少しだよね続けますはいやれますいや今がチャンスね避けられないわよ続けます
I need Alina to my mommy to be on a different rhythm, but she's not gonna be. She's gonna always be on this rhythm.
投げ払ってやる
We have half-time dinner break. Yeah, this. I'm doing a lot of damage to this boss, and this boss is really squishy. Like, this boss is extremely squishy. Like, holy shit, this boss is squishy.
逃げられない
続けます
I'm just gonna kill this boss, dude. I don't even need my special for the break.
少しだよレディー続けますはいいやもっとやれるんです
Hold up.
続けます
No. Alina hates me. She gives me 5 stars on the banner, yet they're never her.
決めたんです
Don't worry, if you get 200 rolls, you can get around. Get your first minion on this boss. Yeah, this boss is. I don't know why this boss takes so much damage.
やるよ続けます絶好調よ避けられないわよ全然大丈夫ですそれ続けますつまんない
This boss is coming for the storm. How bad could the actual final boss really be? Like, come on. It's not gonna be that bad, right?
続けます仕上げてあげる絶好調よ
I assume it's gonna be really easy. And you're just way overblowing how hard it is.
ここで決めるわ
I
よ
know it's Charlotte, by the
攻め
way.
時だな投げ払ってやる続けます
Nice.
オリコの言った通りだはっ
今がチャンスね避けられないわよ続けますつまんないからもうぐっちゃぐちゃワンモアのわ
Do you pay attention to the elements of the later floors? Yeah, it's probably gonna be void or something like that.
はいやれますいやいい調子だな
If you're gonna get a proper Pogisnacht backstory, in Pogis Kaiten, yeah, I think in the 4th movie you're gonna get a Pogisnacht backstory, and I think it's something like a familiar or a minion or a wraith of Homura, like some sort of fragment of Homura in the 4th movie that then absorbs the power of all the other of all the other characters, which is why we see, for example, Mami and Sayaka and Kyoko, they seem to be missing their powers. They seem to, like, for example, Sayaka is having a bandage on her head because she can't regenerate anymore, right? Or Mami doesn't have ribbons anymore on her outfit. And I think this is also why we see another character that looks similar to Mami and Homura, but isn't Mami and Homura. So I think there's going to be some fragment of Homura that splinters off and then gathers the power of all the other characters
はいもっとやれるんです
and then becomes, well, Pogisnacht. And also, because it's gathering the power of all the other characters, uses Homura's time travel ability to travel back in time and become, well, Pogisnacht. I think that's what's gonna
言
happen.
った通りだ
My guess at least. I don't know, it could be anything though. But it's very obvious that there's a fake Homura in the story. Like in all the trailers, you can very easily see there's a fake Homura.
続けます絶好調よはっ攻め時だな
Max percent, whoops,
投げ払ってやる
of tower 45 is exactly 350, so this records of Hyoko actually being useful. Most bosses have 350 or more, to be fair.
つまんないからもうぐっちゃぐちゃ
I'm gonna do auto battle again. This is really easy. Also, the last and most recent trailer got, it's called Side Homura on YouTube. Where the site is there. I assume the movie is probably gonna show the story from the perspective of Madoka and the perspective of Homura. So it's gonna probably be a mix of both.
よし決まった続けますもっとやれるんです続けます避けられないわよここで決めるわよ続けます
Yeah, that's why it would be called Pogisnacht Rising.
速攻で型をつけよう逃げ
But
られ
they also don't think that they need
続けます
five entire floor of, rather, they need 4 entire floors of minions before a boss. 1 floor of minions would have been enough. We don't need 4 floors of minions. It's kind of overkill.
投げ払ってやる。
Like, did we really need this many minions?
いや、もっとやれるんです。続けます。生きていくって決めたんです。続けます。はっ。続けます。
速攻で型をつけよう。
続けます。もっと
Why
やれ
these
るん
minutes
で
you
す。
say on 31 to 34? I don't know.
続けます。
Tower makes no sense, in a way. Tower is just whatever Tower wants to be. By the way, I've been on this tower for 2 hours now. Like, it's been going really fast. Like, generally it's been going rather fast, but still, it's been 2 hours on this tower. Jesus Christ.
続けます。
They really gotta implement you being able to skip earlier tower notes at this point, because it's taking way too long.
もうぐっちゃぐちゃ。
Nice.
ワンモアの枠。続けます。
Is Alina Japanese like the other girls, or actually Italian? She's actually Japanese. The whole point of Alina is that she's supposed to be kind of wacky and wild and JoJo. And what else is wacky and wild in JoJo than speaking Italian, you know?
それ。続けます。
Kirika's off element and not dying. Well, Kirika's a tank. And also off element on this part of tower shouldn't be too bad. Like, I think she only takes like a little bit of extra damage, that's not really that much.
投げ払ってやる。続けます。レディー。投げ払ってやる。
Additional turn, nice.
続けます。
Just kill him, please.
それ。
That was only the first stage, I think.
勝ちました。ね。
Oh my god, there's gonna be 3 more of these. Please someone tell me something nice.
気を引き締めないと。
Like, how has your day been? Dude, it's gonna take like 15 more minutes just to get to the next fucking boss, and there's nothing I can do about it.
ぐっちゃぐちゃ。
Let's listen to some music. Hey, how about this one? Okay, I need another 50 minutes of music.
ここで決めるわよ。ティロリナーレ。オッケーね。
Any we can plan, waiting for season 3 of Rivals.
続けます。
I don't know what I'm gonna do this weekend. I don't know.
続けます。レディー。
You stun a layer 35 and just explode turn 1?
続けます。
That sounds like your Sana needs to be more powerful. Give her more ascensions and she's gonna do you much better.
続けます。
Alina double Ero and second on 2 multis, and that's the most lucky you've been since achieving Ego and Marokami.
続けます。
That is pretty good. I do wonder though, you just mentioned Marokami. I think that, I mentioned it earlier, but I think there's gonna be another limited character somewhat soon, so I hope you've saved enough of your gems for the next limited character. But I'm still not entirely certain if there really is gonna be another limited character. There should be, right? There's gotta be. There's gotta be another limited character soon.
続けます。
They sound an hour and a half. It's almost been that close. Jesus Christ, it's almost that close for another reset. Oh my god, it's been taking that long.
それ。続けます。もうぐっちゃぐちゃ。ワンモアの枠。
One more.
続けます。
Opus Limited is holding on me. I think the Limited is actually gonna be a swimsuit character. You guys convinced me. You guys told me earlier, what about swimsuit event or like summer event? I was like, you know what? Yes. You guys are right. There is gonna be a swimsuit event and a summer event, and it's gonna be a swimsuit character that will be the next Limited. I believe it.
避けられないわよ。
Can you believe it? I believe it.
ここで決めるわよ。ティロリナーレ。オッケーね。続けます。
So yeah, I'm kind of certain at this point that it is going to be a swimsuit event character.
続けます。もっとやれるんです。続けます。生きていくって決めたんです。続け
Is actually mostly saved up for Nagisa save Devil Homoda in the movie release? I don't think Devil Homoda is going to be tied to the movie release in any way. I think it's going to be tied to whenever Rebellion releases in etc. So the next big window after Oriko and Mega Record will be Rebellion. We already know that because they already lined it up that way. No idea when that will be though, because they could just extend Oriko more, and I think they will extend Oriko more because there's a lot of Oriko characters that we're gonna need still. And we don't know how much they're gonna extend Mega Record as well, because they could just dive directly into Arc 2 as well, which I hope they don't, because it's gonna take way too long. But yeah, it's gonna be coming with the Rebellion window. Okay, 2 more minion waves. Yay! Why? Why though? Rayfog window would be cool. It's possible. It's not gonna happen anytime soon. Like, it's gonna happen, if it happens, it's gonna happen after every single other window. Like after every single other spin-off. Since I'm talking Kasumi Maika show, I think after Rebellion, I think Tada's gonna be next. I think Tada's gonna be after Rebellion. Then probably Susune. I think Kasumi will be last. My guess at least. Sasa more evil than Alina? Alina isn't that evil, to be fair. Like, Alina is just Alina. She's just kind of wacky, but she's not evil or anything, you know? Bam! What happened when they were in a lot of stories? They're just gonna make their own? Like, they can just make their own what-if stories. They already said that they can just make what-if stories, so it's fine. Don't need to worry. Why there's so many floors? Because the tower is gonna grow every single time. Every single time the tower is gonna go bigger and bigger. I don't know why they're gonna add so many minion floors. Like, they could just add only boss floors at this point. Like, just add 2 or 3 more boss floors. Don't add like 4 or 8 more minion floors. It's not necessary. We don't need this many more minion floors, please. It's overkill. Like, at this point, so many minions are just overkill. Only apparently was like a Christmas thing in Record. Yeah, it was a Christmas unit in Record. But she doesn't have to be in a Christmas unit again. She could just not be. Like, it doesn't have to be. My nose is itchy as fuck. It's because of allergies, but when you have allergies, you just have to deal with it. I know the game may not necessarily be evil. But in the anime, she basically, yeah, in the anime, Alina was kind of like a different character. But whatever. I'm not losing sleep over it. I kind of accept that the anime was kind of a different thing. Is live being to replace Momoko, Madokomi, or Oriko? I guess I could, but the thing is, my Oriko is not A4. Like, my Oriko is A2, I think? Yeah, Oriko is A2, but Momoko is A4, so she is actually better than my Oriko in a way. Oh wait, no, they're not 5 week at all. What the fuck am I saying? They're not. Yeah, they're not 5 week. Yeah, I'm gonna replace them. I thought they were 5 week. I'm stupid. I kind of thought they were 5 week because of Toka, because Toka's in the gacha right now. So of course they will make them 5 week, right? I wasn't even looking at the screen, to be fair. I haven't looked at the screen in like a really long time, by the way. Hoping they make really a good unit. Or would maybe be a dark type buffer or dark type debuffer. She could be a good unit, I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Oh, maybe, yeah, she could be a good unit. Citra's thing is fine with being different than, I think, in Mega Record. Aina Mabiyo and then Avoid, even though they were different elements of Mega Record. Yeah. It's okay to be different, as long as it makes sense. I don't think Aina being what makes sense. She's way too much about poison in Mega Record, or generally in her lore, for Void to make sense. Like, she's all about poison. In poisonous forest, so I don't know. Momoko or Kyoko? Generally Kyoko. Unless your Momoko has higher assumptions. What do you think I should? Yeah, so Nagisa is going to be around Rebellion, which is going to be the next window after Magrecord and Oriko. And Nagisa, I think, will be a dark type buffer. No, I think she's going to be a dark type buffer. I'm going to put my foot down and say she will be a dark type buffer, yeah. But she will absolutely be overshadowed by Devil Homura because Devil Homura is absolutely going to be after that. Yeah, Breaker also doesn't make much sense. She's kind of aggressive in the way she acts, so Attacker would also make a lot more sense, but I don't know. Can't if it's not a meta in, I think you mean etc., but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna swap out to Oriko again. Wasn't the Void Element the only one for story? Kind of. Not explicitly, but implicitly. Like I said, being dark and Devil Homura being void makes sense. Devil Homura has gotta be dark. I'm pretty certain she's gotta be dark, just because she has to be opposite of Murokami, who is light type. Dark debuffer. Dark debuffer is very much possible for Devil Homura. It would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think it makes sense. You saw Raz's old video in my record. I'm not sure it applies. Yeah, void. That video is not applied to etc. Later, if you have enough ski shot for someone, yeah. After this tower is done, I'm gonna take a look at the shards to see if I have enough. I don't think I do because I had only like 6 or something, but it's possible. It's like Breaker doesn't really mean anything, but buffer, debuff, healer, attackers, these actually make sense traits. So otherwise, Volume is a Breaker. Breaker are like characters who are like, they're like attackers, but they don't deal damage. That's what a Breaker is. It feels kind of weird. What do you call Sweet when I got her? I saw a quote and French stared at me. Devil Homura could be a attacker, but I think could also be a debuffer. Debuffer would make a lot of sense, to be fair. Wow. Starting to melt in my seat by these temperatures, Jesus Christ. Wait a fucking hell. It was like 35 degrees 2 days ago. 35 degrees Celsius is about over 95 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way. And I live in a part of the world that's supposed to be cold. Not super cold, but on the colder side at least. Climate change is kind of shit, to be fair. Bunk. What's Ascension to Oriko? That's A2, so Ascension 2. What do you think will be the next defender? It could be literally anyone. Like, I have no idea. It could be anyone. After Alina being a Void Breaker, everything is possible. Literally everything is possible now. Everything, like, all the bets are off. If a character like Alina, who is known for poison in both gameplay and in lore, like Alina's lore is literally that her art is so intoxicating, it's like a poison, and she herself uses poison in battle. Her doppel spreads poison and corrupts enemies, and she's not about poison. She's a Void Breaker. Like, what? If something like that can happen, anyone could be anything. Literally anyone could be anything. All bets are off. Was Mabio void in record? Yeah, Mabio was void, which didn't make much sense. She should have been light, to be fair. Mabio should have been light because Mabio's magic is about light. It's light magic what Mabio does. Maybe it's something Awareness Kids and Toka really should have been AoE. They should have done a lot different with the Magius, to be fair. They kind of screwed up the Magius like really hard. Wouldn't Akumuto be a buffer? No, not really. Like, Akumuto's whole idea is to tear down the pre-established order. So it's either a breaker or a debuffer. Once you buff it, she probably buffed it up. But yeah, that's a really wishy-washy way, in my opinion. Like, it makes more sense to go with the idea that she breaks down the, or rather that she topples the God-given order. So it should be either buffer, debuffer, or breaker.
手段は選ばない。
もっとやれるんです。続けます。
But yeah, generally their kits don't make much sense, to be fair.
続けます。
The kids feel like they decided on a whim.
いや、続けます。もうぐっちゃぐちゃ。ワンモアのわけ。続けます。
In record, since she was void, she was more supportive magic.
もっとやれるんです。
I don't know why they made a void in my record, to be fair.
いって避けられないわよ。続けます。
速攻で型をつけよ
I don't have any damage left right now. What the fuck is happening?
続けます。
う。逃げられないわ。
Yeah, Alina at A2 is gonna ult a lot more because of the bonus MP you gain.
手になるよね。
Okay, we finally at the actual boss. Jesus Christ, that's been going on for such a long fucking time. Jesus Christ. Okay. This is... I don't know what this boss is gonna do. I'm gonna put my Marakami in, probably. Do I have Marakami? Oh yeah, I do have
諦めない
Marakami.
で。私が導くから。
Jesus, coordinators or chest to be a buffer? I don't think so at all.
心配しないで。
I think it would make more sense if Mitama was a void debuffer. Because her whole, the way she fights is by debuffing enemies and cursing enemies. And debuffing the defense of enemies. Like, Mitama is all about structure destruction. So it makes more sense for her to be a debuffer. Yeah, I think this is fine, right? Let me check. You know, after we're good. I don't know what the boss does. Let's just go in and see what it does. What happens.
引き締めないと。避けられないわよ。全然大丈夫です。
Okay, what do we have? 2 actions. On taking at least 1 damage a certain number of times and not in break, diffuses baggage depletion resistance. So just hit as often as possible, basically follow up attacks again. They've taken count for 7 which turns. Okay, we're not in break rate, using a taking down effect. Increase their taking down effect. Okay. Increase the attack speed of each passing turn. So just hit as often as possible. Otherwise, just does some damage. And has a few adds as well. Increases damage on taking this 1 damage times within 2 turns. So just hit as often as possible. Yeah, just hit as often as possible. So, literally Ren once again. Ren is the best for the boss before this, and it's gonna be the best for this one as well. It's the Ren show. It's absolutely the Ren show.
肩透かしだよね。もうぐっちゃぐちゃ。ワンモアのわけ。続けます。
いいところを見せ。それ。
魔法少女の希望が力になそこだね。続けます。
Bonk.
やるよね。
Ow, that did nothing.
絶好調よ。避けられないわよ。
Well, attack will be very good since Void is a buffer and debuffer, no breaker. Yeah.
ここで決めるわよ。
Void needs a bunch of stuff right now to be viable. So does Forest.
やるよね。もうぐっちゃぐちゃ。ワンモアのわけ。
Aya seems so unfazed. Yeah, she doesn't care. She's used to it.
仕上げてあげる。はい、やれます。それ、続けます。絶好調。避けられないわよ。みんなのためなら戦えるよ。続けます。
オリコの速攻で型をつけよう。
Look at how annoying AC with Marakumi charges. It takes a while, but it's fine. We're fine. Marakumi doesn't need to do that much this fight. This is mostly on everyone else.
ワンモアのわけ。続けます。
Specifically, Ren goes crazy. Oops, that's the wrong
全然
move, but
大
I
丈
don't
夫
want
で
to
す。
do that one.
はい、いや、続けます。
Nice.
生きていくって決めたんです。続けます。
Yeah, A2 is kind of good, yeah.
ここで決めるわよ。
Get that guy down, bam.
続けます。みんなのためなら戦える。そこだね。届いて私の祈り。今がチャンスね。はっ。
オリコの言った通りだ。はっ。
Whoops, I shouldn't have done that. Whatever. Mistakes happen.
つまんないから。もうぐっちゃぐちゃ。ワンモアのわけ。
One more knock.
仕上げてあげる。全然大丈夫です。
To refresh this.
続けます。絶好調よ。避けられないわよ。
That's a lot of MP.
ここで決めるわよ。続けます。魔法少女の希望が力になる。戦うって決めた。
I didn't mean to break the boss, by the way, but we just did.
肩透かしだよね。
Like, we're not gonna kill the boss now.
続けます。全然もっとやれるんです。続けます。生きていくって続けます。絶好調よ。避けられないわよ。
Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
いいとこ速攻で型をつけよ
We're just slamming right
続
now.
けます。肩透かしだよね。
Think we're gonna get new four stars? Absolutely. I think it's actually gonna be sometime soon we're gonna get them.
レディー。
You know, they say this whole tower is mine for the slamming.
力になる。決めるね。続けます。
Well, charge Giga HP. That's not even that much. Look, there's gotta be a lot of damage. So bam! It's actually not that much damage. Okay, never mind.
避けられないわよ。
She's gonna be half dead, which means that we're gonna take 2 downs probably,
ここで決めるわ
depending on how
よ。
well the next down goes.
全然大丈夫です。それ。続けます。
オリコの言った通りだ。速攻で
Orika no itta tori da.
続けます。
逃げられない。
絶好調よ。
Vampire
避けられない
Fange!
わよ。
Chaos is crazy. Yeah, Chaos goes way more crazy than this. I don't know how this Hazuki AI works. So Hazuki is trying to give a boost to the attacker or breaker who is the furthest down in the turn list. So whatever attacker or breaker is first down turn list. Otherwise, if you don't have an attacker or a breaker on the team, somehow I don't know how you would have that, but if you don't have either of those on your team, then it's just whoever is furthest down in the turn list.
はい、やれます。いや、今がチャンスね。避けられないわよ。続けます。ここで決めるわよ。続けます。
That's nothing? What? By the way, it only shows like 6 icons as boss or debuffs, because I think this thing has more than 6 boss or debuffs. Never mind, it doesn't have weaken, because it's not weak to what? Okay, so here's the thing. This thing is not weak to Aqua. Because it's not weak to Aqua, that means it has increased weaken resistance. Because if it was weak to Aqua, it would have less weaken resistance. But that means that Alina has a hard time inflicting her weaken because they're not Aqua weak.
ワンモアのわけ。続けます。
いいと
By
こ
the way, everyone's still full HP?
続けます。全然大丈夫。もっとやれるんです。続けます。絶好調よ。
And we're about to get them all, come on.
続けます。今がチャンスね。避けられないわよ。みんなのためなら戦える。や、続けます。
Still not broken, Jesus! Oh, I was hoping you would attack Mommy, that would be really good.
続けます。届いて私の祈り。や、続けます。
You need more.
はいやれますそれ続けます
This is gonna take a while. Just because they have a lot of HP.
速攻で型をつけよう。
続け
I'm
ます
also, by the way, passively healing because of Madokami, because Madokami gives passive heal every time she deals damage.
戦える
Ah, this cleaves though.
戦うって決めたの続けます
Nice.
今がチャンスね避けられないわよ
You're dying from the cleave. Good.
つまんないもうぐっちゃぐちゃワンモアのわけ続けます
By the way, YouTube chat has a new feature. You've probably seen it. Now, the more you chat, the more of a fan you become, according to YouTube, which is a bullshit thing. But you now gain like a fan icon next to your chat.
みんなのためなら戦
I didn't know me to break yet. Ah, fuck it. Which, yeah, that's kind of weird as fuck, but I don't even see it on my multi-chat. My multi-chat doesn't show that badge, so
え決めるわよ
it doesn't matter. It really doesn't
つまん
matter.
ないから届いて私の祈り
Bonk. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to kill this guy in this turn because I did not mean to break at that point, but it just lined up that way and it kind of sucked.
続けます
Look at me, special skill doesn't work with Alina plus SP. What do you mean with Alina plus
速
SP?
攻で型をつけよう。
全然大丈夫ですはい
I'm not sure what you mean.
もっとやれるんです続けます
According to Google, people could be burned with really cut hair in the future. That's interesting. What?
決めたんです
That sounds weird.
今がチャンスね避けられないわよ
Yeah, we got a really bad break here. I didn't know me to do it, but it just happened that way.
ワンモアのわけ続けます魔法少女の戦うって決めたの今がチャンスねいや
Yeah, I'm gonna need one more
続
break.
けます
It is what it is.
続けますここで決めるわ
Is
よ
everything weak to avoid a rend victim? Yeah,
仕上
yeah,
げてあげる
absolutely.
続けます全然大丈夫それ
オリコの言った通りだ。速攻で型をつけよ
According to Vicky, Alina's green hair always looked yellow to me for some reason. She has a single yellow
う。逃
strand,
げられない。
also known as the banana strand. But yeah, she has green hair otherwise.
続けます
But she does have that single yellow strand.
セリー
Just because.
みんなのためなら戦えるそこだね続けます全然
Okay,
大丈
we're
夫
actually
です
almost gonna be done.
はい
Jesus
もっとや
Christ.
れるんです続けます絶好調よ避けられないわよ
Oh. She's gonna summon more ads.
で決めるわよ続けます
Not yet.
続けます
オリコの言った通りだ。
生きていくって続けます
オリコの言った通り速攻で型をつけよ
If we're still full HP, we're not gonna drop below full HP because this guy just doesn't do that much damage. If you control the ads and kill the ads fast, like he doesn't do any damage. This guy does nothing.
投げてあげるはいやれます
Yeah, according to Google, basically nothing. Because Google just, I don't know, Google just make shit up.
今がチャンスね避けられないわよ
So, oh yeah, basically everything is AI nowadays, sadly.
続けます
You don't need to wait with specials before this guy's broken, because when this guy's broken, he's dead
私の
anyway.
祈りもうぐっちゃぐちゃワンモアのわけ続けます
It actually summoned one ad, wow.
今がチャンスねはっ続けます
It's still gonna die, no?
ここで決めるわよ
う。いいところを見速攻で型をつけよう。逃げ けられない。
はい、やれます。もっとやれ
Okay,
るんです。
break it and just kill it, please.
続けます。みんなのためな戦うって決め
Just
たの。
die. Alright, balance wheel's gonna work. Just gonna go for an extremely long homily labyrinth. Yeah, yeah, that's basically it.
避けられないわよ。続けます。肩透かしだよ。
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
はい、やれます。それ続けます。生きていくって決めたん。続けます。
You asked, did you get a for Kirika? The boss just doesn't deal damage. My Kirika is A3. But you're right, the boss just doesn't deal any damage. The boss just does nothing. To be fair, all of my characters are of the enemy's weakness element, which means I take 20% less damage on my characters. But yeah, Jesus Christ, that was fucking it. Oh my god. That took so long. Okay. That was good. Okay, Rebellion will be take after the movies or books. I think Rebellion will be after Mark Record and Oriko. Okay, we need to actually take a look at what we even got. Including, don't worry, I didn't forget, look at the Fate Weave, and I think we actually got enough. How many did we get them? Because we only had like 6 shards. Oh, it's this key. Okay, let me... Next Oriko winner will be... We have like 5 other Oriko characters that we're missing. We have Sasa, we have... I forgot all these guys' names, but we have like a whole bunch of other Oriko characters we're still missing. So we have a lot of space left to do stuff with. That A5 Mummy carried. I think generally my characters carried. And I think it was one character. I noticed did you guys notice it as well? The camera angle was different. The camera angle was like further up, pointing down, because I think we got AQ and Yoraka running through the screen, but I skipped over it accidentally. So I could tell that this was different. It was different. And we got... My Yachiyo is gonna be A4 at the end of this day. Got that luck. I mean, it's like 3% chance, which is pretty decent actually. Okay, so we got, how many is that? 16? We got 16 shards from this. We were at 6 shards before this. Damn. By the way, this is the maximum amount of these kinds of shards you can have, because I've gotten every shard since the game released. Same with the Magia Pass shards. These are the Etc. Pass shards. These are the maximum amount you can have at this point. If you also, of course, take them every time you can. So wait, different time versions? Yeah. So now that we've done all of that, Jesus Christ, what else can we even do? So we've done tower. I need to check my characters because I think I want to check how many this one, how many orbs we have, because I need to have some rainbow orbs for the unlock of 120 magic level to 130 magic level, and I don't think I have that many orbs. I think we need some orbs. I have 14. If 120 to 130 is also 1 orb per level, that's a lot, and I don't need more. We need a score attack, and can someone just put up a score attack, please? Get Kaide from Mario Pull, but you have double Edo. Should replace double Edo of Kaide. Yep, Kaide is much better. Okay, let me just quickly get some free gems. Score attack is so good for keys and gems. Specifically for orbs. Also really good for orbs. 20 stones. Nice. That's less than 1/10 of a pull. Wow.
キューベ から。
Oh, I also, yeah, I don't have Tsukuyo, I don't have Toka. I don't have, wait, I don't have Kyoko? I thought I rolled a Kyoko at some point. Oh, because my Japanese account that has Kyoko. Never mind, my Japanese account rolled Kyoko, not this one. And then I also don't have, wait, that's it. I don't have double Iroha, but it doesn't show in this one because, you know, I have Iroha. So it wouldn't show that I don't have her. You can only see down here that I don't have her. I Sayaka when? Today! I got it from my free 10 roll today. As well as Alina. As well as Mami. Because I got 3 characters from my 10 roll. But yeah, that's what the characters I'm missing. Wow.
そこの黒羽アリナ・グレイのファンなわけ？なら話ははい。
Next event should be starting soon if she's a bonus in. I hope so.
賞賛とか名声とか。
Of course.
アリナはそんなの一切興味ないわけ。
You're right, No Name. I did get the time turn back, the time rewind animation. I did indeed get that.
世間は好き勝手に受け取って好き勝手に評価するだろうけど、アリナはアリナの追い求める美を形にするだけだから。
Based. Absolutely based. Yeah, you can see the ones I'm missing. Only these 4, I think. Yeah? I got kinda lucky. A lot of these I got really lucky on. Give me Alina's story. I know Alina's story. Inside and out. Don't worry about it. I didn't get the other one. This one. Good Alina. There it is. Altamente fortissimo. And that's that. Whew. I'm tuckered the fuck out. That was way longer than I thought it would be. That took 3 hours? What do you mean that took 3 hours? Holy shit. Like I said, end of September? Possible. Oh god, have I forgotten anything that I wanted to do? I don't know, have I forgotten anything? So here's the plan for the next few streams. It's possible there will be something announced for next week. Generally, if there's a new main story chapter, or a new tower, like today, or a new score attack, or some other endgame content that releases, that's when I'm gonna stream, right? Those are the opportunities that make me stream. If it's just a character release like last week, I'm not gonna stream for that. That's basically the idea. But also, like I mentioned, I will be streaming generally more games in the future because I've been playing so many games recently that I think I could stream a little bit, maybe, who knows. I usually don't enjoy my games as much when I'm streaming, because when you're streaming you have to be, you know, focused on both the game and the chat, and you have to keep bouncing your attention between the two, and it like generally makes for less personal enjoyment than playing the game just yourself. That said, I still think I kind of want to do it, but also, as I said, it might be with Toho games, so who knows what I'm going to be doing in the future. But I'm probably going to be streaming the I might be streaming the release of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Not sure about that, but maybe. Who knows? The game actually may come out at the same time as new Mega Record content, so I guess I'm going to be streaming Mega Record content and then straight back into Bonanza. But yeah, the future is looking bright. The future is looking pretty darn good. So I don't think I forgot anything that I wanted to do, because I tested out Aina, I tested out the Sayaka as well. I have a whole bunch of new stuff now. I rolled the gacha. I got stuff from the gacha. Stuff is good. I'm gonna end the stream with just one single more 10 roll on Alina, just because why the fuck not? But yeah, I want to thank everyone for hanging out today. I will be back, like I said, whenever new Endgame South America releases, or when Donkey Kong Bonanza releases. The next announcement is probably going to be next week, is my guess. I assume it's going to be next week is when the next announcement will be. And it's going to be big. We're going to see a whole bunch of new cool shit. But until then, I want to thank everyone for hanging out, and yeah, see you guys. Yeah, it was nothing. See you guys next time. Bye!